Special guest. German Fest is coming up. We'll be joined by an expert from German Fest and Road America. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays at 1 on WTMJ.
Yates brings home the pitch. And a ground ball through the left side into left field for a base hit. Frelick trots home. It is Brooms for the Brewers.
It's the Brewers and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:35 on the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 12:01. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, July 18th. Your top story, pleading not guilty to shooting an officer.
I'm Jessica Tighe. A deadly explosion in L.A.
Mostly sunny, very pleasant day today. Comfortable temperatures, high of 75. Clear tonight, increasing clouds late, and a low of 66. It is 66 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:01. From the WTMJ breaking newsroom, the man accused of killing a Milwaukee police officer in an ambush pleads not guilty. 22-year-old Tremaine Jones faces 3 felonies in the death of Officer Kendall Corder, including first-degree intentional homicide. His lawyer tried to get the charges dismissed, but the judge found enough evidence to bind him over for trial. Jones is accused of shooting Corder and his partner, Officer Christopher McCray, in an alley on Milwaukee's northwest side last month. Officer McCray is still recovering from his injuries. Jones is due back in court in August.
A body found in Nebraska is a missing woman from Wisconsin. Nebraska State Patrol troopers found the body of 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht in the backseat of her car after it had crashed into a creek near Lincoln. Police arrested the driver, 23-year-old Gavin Thompson of Dodgeville, early Wednesday morning.
The Dodgeville Police Department has confirmed that Thompson is the suspect in their investigation regarding a disappearance and a death in Dodgeville, Wisconsin.
Thompson could face charges of first-degree intentional homicide, armed robbery, hiding a corpse, and operating a vehicle without the owner's consent.
A Wisconsin surgeon is accused of possessing child pornography.
46-year-old Calvin Erickson was arrested Tuesday near his home in Brookfield. He's facing federal charges for distribution and possession of child pornography. Erickson is a surgeon at Froedtert Hospital and an assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. According to court documents, federal agents conducted a 2-year investigation into Erickson's possible connections to child sexual abuse material. Court records indicate Erickson was released on a signature bond. He's scheduled to appear back in federal court on July 31st. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
3 sheriff's deputies are dead after what might have been a training accident in Los Angeles. Authorities responded to calls this morning to the LA County Sheriff's Special Operations Bureau in East LA. The 3 victims were possibly handling explosives inside the facility, which houses a bomb squad at the time of the blast. The investigation is still going on, very fresh right now. California Governor Gavin Newsom's office says he's been briefed on the matter.
A judge in California will decide whether lawsuits filed against gaming giants Meta and Activision by families of the victims of a Texas school shooting can proceed.
This is school shooting.
On May 24, 2022, a gunman walked into Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, shot and killed 21 people. Families of the victims say the 18-year-old shooter got his firearms training.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Playing Call of Duty using a virtual version of the gun he actually used. They've filed suit against the maker of that video game. A judge in Los Angeles is to decide whether that lawsuit can move forward. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We're limping to the finish line here. The Dow is currently down about 240 points at 44,246. NASDAQ off about 30 points today at 20,853. And the S&P 500 also down about 10 points here this afternoon at 6286. Well, what does the big, beautiful bill mean for your taxes and retirement? Join Annex Wealth Management for a free webinar. It's Wednesday, July 23rd, beginning at noon. Get up to speed fast. Head to annexwealth.com and look for the events tab.
A Pewaukee native is getting big money. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:05.
News sponsored by Ellie Mental Health. Visit elliementalhealth.com. Now here's your Mental Health Minute.
The Mental Health Minute.
To better understand yourself and live a more fulfilling life, maintaining mental health is essential. It's every bit as important as your physical health. I'm Kelly from Ellie Mental Health. If you're worried about cost holding you back, please be aware insurance can and should pay for mental health therapy. The barriers to mental health treatment inspired owners Lisa and Jacob to start Ellie Mental Health. Our therapists are real people who, like you, have hard days too. They have lots of experience in disordered eating, grief, mood disorders, children and families, substance use disorders, trauma, and more. Ellie Mental Health's directors, myself and Dawn, are licensed clinical social workers with over 30 years of combined experience. Our therapists address what most don't. The elephant in the room is different for everyone. Let us help you find a therapist you can vibe with and take the first step on your path to improved mental health.
This has been the Mental Health Minute. Get started on your mental health journey today at elliementalhealth.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geis's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geisdoors.com. Geis has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geis at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geis. Visit them online at geisdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers pick up the regular season tonight. It's game one of a three-game series against the Dodgers. Late night baseball for the Crew. Coverage gets underway at 8:35 on WTMJ. Milwaukee begins the second half of the season one game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Pewaukee native and former Badgers linebacker T.J. Watt becomes the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, reaching an agreement on a 3-year, $123 million extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, the Packers begin training camp July 23rd, with rookies and first-year players reporting today.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We have our typical delays in our construction zones on 41 and 43. Something that just popped up as the show was starting. I-43 South at 4394 South right there in Milwaukee. Expect some lane closures. There is debris on the road. They've got to get crews out there to clean it up. And when that happens, they will need to shut down some lanes. So I-43 South at 4394 South. Expect lane closures coming soon due to debris out in the road.
Mostly sunny, comfortable today. Very nice day, high of 75. Partly cloudy tonight. Those clouds will be on the increase later this evening with a low of 66. That could bring about some scattered showers tomorrow. The best chance for that would be mid-morning. Humid and a high of 81. Sunday's high 76 under partly cloudy skies. 66 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
So speaking of athletes making money, shortly after we signed off yesterday, the news broke that Damian Lillard, the player who was released by the Milwaukee Bucks a couple of weeks ago, signed a contract with the Portland Trail Blazers, the team that drafted Lillard over a decade ago, and where he earned his all-star status and became a future Hall of Famer. So 3 years, $42 million. And we know he's not going to play next year because of the rehab with that torn Achilles. So put it all together here. Damian Lillard next year for rehabbing an injury will make about $70 million because of what the Bucks are going to owe him over the next several years.
That is wild. But I will say, of all the things that could happen after the end of our season and the changes that we made and what we did with Dame, I felt like this seemed like a best case scenario in a way, because he goes back to a home of his. And don't we as the Bucks get a little bit of money back?
Well, I'll have to see how that works out. But yes, you're right. He goes back home, his kids, his family in Portland. He started his career in Portland. He can rehab with the Portland Trail Blazers. And that is great. It's kind of funny to see all the national talking heads saying, what a reunion. It's all about a homecoming for Damian Lillard. And he's ingrained himself into the DNA of Portland. And this is where his family lives. And all these same people that are touting that and saying how wonderful it is are trying to get Giannis out of Milwaukee and get him to New York. So figure it out, people.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you really want?
I just felt like of all of the scenarios, this made me feel better about this one. If he would have just gone somewhere else with no connection and we didn't have any more, I think it would feel a little harder for us. But this makes me feel a little bit better.
12:10 on WTMJ.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
New details at noon explain how Oconomowoc police were able to catch the suspect in a deadly hit and run. 87-year-old Alan Amy died Wednesday after being hit by an SUV on Monday. He was riding his tractor home at the time. He had just finished up cutting the grass at a church in Oconomowoc. The man accused of hitting Amy had been on the run for days, but police say they have him now. Officers arrested Matthew Brennicky of Dousman last night. Police Chief James Pfister says tips from the public were crucial in this case, but he says the most significant breakthrough in the investigation came from a camera system designed to capture license plates and characteristics of vehicles. Piecing together different vehicles, or videos of vehicles, allowed them to pinpoint the suspect's vehicle, determine the license plate, because they didn't know that initially. Initially, all they had was a description of the car. So they went through, they looked at all these videos, and then piecing together the different videos allowed them to pinpoint the suspect's vehicle, determine the license plate, and ultimately help them track down Brennicky. Oconomowoc put up its first cameras with this system, they call it the Flock system, last year.
President Trump calling for the release of additional material from the Jeffrey Epstein files. This comes after Trump initially downplayed the significance of the case. In fact, he called it boring. He labeled the speculation about it a hoax perpetrated by Democrats. But Trump is starting to face mounting pressure from within his own party amidst a news report connecting him to a letter found in Epstein's possession. ABC News Chief White House Correspondent Mary Bruce.
Trying to quell the unrelenting backlash over his administration's handling of the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the president now ordering the Attorney General to seek the release of additional material. Posting, "I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony, subject to court approval." Bondi quick to respond. "President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts."
So subject to court approval, I think, is the key out of there, because a judge in Southern District Court of New York is going to have to ultimately hand these things over. Those transcripts are usually highly protected, so you don't wave a wand and just get this thing done. About that letter, Trump denied it, writing it, calling it fake and false, malicious and defamatory. It was all part of a 50th birthday album of stuff for Jeffrey Epstein. The letter ended with the words, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." As being reported by the Wall Street Journal, Trump has also announced he will sue the Wall Street Journal for publishing the story.
President Trump is set to sign the Genius Act today, a measure focused on cryptocurrency that's set to happen at 1:30 our time. Details from ABC's Jay O'Brien, who's in Washington.
This is the first major cryptocurrency bill ever to clear Congress, focusing on making a certain kind of less volatile digital asset called stable coins more mainstream and available for consumers. It passed the House and the Senate with rare, broad, bipartisan support, and it was another priority of the recently pro-crypto president, whose family is also building an expanding cryptocurrency empire.
Okay, Greg, so yesterday we were looking at cryptocurrency. I had made mention yesterday, if you were with us, you heard this, that cryptocurrency, I usually think of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Those are typically the top three. But I was looking yesterday and I saw Dogecoin is another one that's big. But yesterday, I'm like, there's a ton of these. I saw a list that gives you the prices for the top 50. That's the top 50. That means there's many more. And some of these have fun names like Bonk.
Yeah,
I had
Bonk
never heard of that before.
How's that doing today?
Yeah, I'm looking. It's actually down today, Greg. Down nearly 5%. But yeah, this is, it's not a whole new world because it's been around for years at this point, right? But it really is just the beginning. And when you have things like this, all of a sudden the first major cryptocurrency bill ever to clear Congress, it's like just the beginning.
12:14 on WTMJ. Coming up next, we check in with ABC's Jim Ryan. Have you noticed this out of the East Coast, up in New Jersey? 2 deaths by lightning strike, separated by just 2 days. Part of a growing trend? We'll go through the numbers after this.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Certa Pro Painters. They painted the exterior of our house. I loved it because they're thorough and they're thoughtful. As a matter of fact, they pointed out some wood that might need to eventually be replaced. They just looked at the whole house, and I felt like they absolutely cared. Get on Certa Pro's calendar right now. The summer sales discount goes through July 31st. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C for your home or business. They'll do it the right way the first time. Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. It's Certa Pro Painters.
We thought our massive, hassleless mattress warehouse would be big enough to hold every mattress we sell, but boy, did we miscalculate. Now, our bad math is your good fortune. This week only, Thursday through Monday, it's the first ever hassleless mattress tent sale in Greenfield. We're decimating prices on over 500 brand new, overstock, floor model, and clearance mattresses. You won't find brand names like Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic marked this low anywhere else. A Sealy Posturepedic Queen Golden Acres pillow top mattress was $1,093. Now, just $546. And a Beautyrest King Bristol Rose mattress was $2,035. But at the Hassless tent sale, it slashed to $814. Be ready to load up your mattress and take it home. We'll have helping hands on hand to help. Look, at this point, we're not making money, we're making friends. So, friend, come see us this week at the first ever Hassless Mattress Tent Sale at the corner of Layton and 77th across from Kopp's Frozen Custard in Greenfield.
Tell us a little bit about Innovative Signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
Beautiful day today. A little cool downtown. It's about 66 right now, but the sun is out. A little warmer inland, high of 75. Clouds will be on the increase tonight with an overnight low of 62 degrees. Touch of humidity in the air on Saturday. Might see some showers, mainly in the mid to late morning is kind of what it's looking like right now. High of 81. 66 and sunny in Milwaukee at 12:17. Well, 2 deadly lightning strikes in New Jersey this week, separated by just 2 days. On July 8th, a 28-year-old golfer was struck by lightning on a golf course in Hamburg, New Jersey. That man died from his injuries on July 14th. 2 days later, just 2 days ago, on Wednesday of this week, a 61-year-old man was killed and 14 others injured when lightning struck an outdoor archery range. This in Jackson Township, New Jersey. We welcome in ABC's Jim Ryan. Crazy to see these stories, Jim, separated by just a couple of days. And then I dug a little deeper. These are not the only 2 lightning fatalities this year.
No, we've had a dozen so far, 12 altogether. That's 10 men, 2 women. Last year, there were 13 altogether. So we're on pace easily because we're only a little more than halfway through the year right now. And so we're on pace to exceed last year's total of 13, to exceed the 2023 total of 14. We may beat 2022's figure of 19. Hard to say. But for whatever reason, we're seeing more lightning strike fatalities this year.
And Jim, I think that is the big question. What is the cause of the sudden increase in lightning injuries? Do they have some thoughts, even if we don't have the exact answer right now?
Yeah, I mean, there are all sorts of theories, a lot of them having to do with the changing temperature of the earth. You see a rising temperature, that brings about more thunderstorms. More thunderstorms means more lightning. You also have a growing population, though, Jessica, and if you have a larger population, that means more people who could be struck by lightning. You also have people moving to parts of the country where lightning is more of a problem. Florida, it leads the nation in the number of lightning fatalities, and a lot of people are moving to that part of the country. The Carolinas, Virginia, Texas, those places that have seen a lot of growth are also seeing the highest numbers of fatal lightning strikes.
You bring up an interesting point about those states. Not shocking to me that Florida would sort of lead the league in this category, right? Storms popping up. The water, I'm sure, influences that, and those storms can be quick and very impactful. You can get stuck in an instant. I would not have thought New Jersey would be in the discussion here, Jim. That just doesn't seem common to me.
It's not. It's pretty rare in that part of the country. The Northeast has some of the lowest rates of lightning strikes. Wisconsin, by the way, you're sort of in the middle. 10 fatal lightning strikes since 2006. Now, this is statistics from 2006 to 2024. right? Here in Texas, we've had 41 of them, 93 of those in Florida. So it's kind of a wide window there, 18 years between 2006 and 2024. I decided, Greg, to go back in history from there. So this year we've had 12. 12 people have been killed by lightning. In 1943, you know how many people were killed by lightning, Greg?
I would venture a guess it would be higher, just given the level of technology we have today. So I'll double that total.
Sure. It's a little higher. Okay, so 24. That's probably a pretty good guess. You know how many? 432.
Oh, wow.
Okay, yes. Now, advancements in technology, right?
Well, that's part of it, sure. But also what was happening in 1943? We were in the middle of a war, and people were outside more because of that, even domestically, not just overseas, doing military training, marching around in formation. Lightning strikes a group of people doing that. People, and you're right. I mean, radar technology and weather forecasting is much better now. So we've got advanced warning that storms are coming. Now it's just a matter of heeding those warnings. That golfer in New Jersey knew that there were thunderstorms in the area, but didn't do anything about it, stayed out there on the golf course holding up his lightning rod golf club and unfortunately was killed.
I was actually just thinking about a woman from Wisconsin who was hit by lightning earlier this week because we have Country Thunder coming up this weekend. And it was back in 2018 that this young woman was struck by lightning at Country Thunder. And I mean, these injuries, they are serious. And I think the woman, if I remember correctly, she was talking on her phone and the phone, was just incredibly damaged. And I think her shoe exploded because the current came through. I mean, Mother Nature is nothing to mess around with.
No, you're right. I mean, 90% of people who get struck by lightning do survive, but they have potential neurological problems. They've got physical injuries in the short term. And you're right. It occurred to me that, let's see, I think I was in college. My brother, we were at home. There was a thunderstorm outside. He was in the shower, and he received an electrical shock in the shower.
Wow.
And that same storm that hit the house set the place on fire. The attic was on fire after that.
Gosh.
So, and, there were no after effects to him, but there are people who have severe neurological damage after this happens to them.
The crazy part, in addition to what you mentioned about, the golfer, is that another dozen were injured on the golf course. Right. So this lightning strike hits, and the widespread damage potentially with a lightning strike is significant, not just on what specifically that lightning strike hits, but the ripple effect is massive.
Well, you've probably seen video of soccer teams out playing and lightning strikes, and one of them goes down, the rest and the whole team might be on the ground because of the ground current that's created by a lightning strike like that. So, just being hit directly, it's occasionally fatal, but you can also be hurt even if you're in the area of a lightning strike.
The National Lightning Safety Council does have advice on avoiding the danger. Jim, what should people know this weekend and moving forward throughout the rest of their lives?
Well, the 30-30 rule is one that the National Weather Service recommends. If you see a flash of lightning, and you hear the thunder, the associated thunder, within 30 seconds, you need to get to cover. And that's a pretty wide window. That means the thunder or the lightning strike was within 10 miles or so. So it's best to just not mess with it. So 30-30. If that 30-second window is met, the flash to the thunder, you need to stay inside for 30 minutes at least until that storm passes. And not just under a tree, not just under an awning or in a tent, but in actual shelter in a car or in a building.
ABC's Jim Ryan. Stay safe out there, Jim. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Greg. See you, Jessica.
Yep, you bet. We'll check in with Jim again sometime next week. So thank you to everybody, by the way, for texting the word dog to our talk and text line yesterday. So if you missed any portion of yesterday's program, somehow, my dog Knight, our family's dog, this former racing greyhound, 75 pounds, jet black. He's a wonderful dog and a very handsome boy. He is among the 10 finalists for the We Energies Safe Digging Ambassador.
The Ambassador. He's in the running to be number one.
He's among the top 10 finalists, and voting is up and running from now until July 28th. So we had a bunch of people who texted the word dog to our talk and text line yesterday, 855-616-1620. You can still do that if you've not seen any of the pups that are in the finalists. We'll get you that info right back to your phone. very simple to vote. You're not entering information or anything like that. You just simply make a couple of clicks, and there you go, right through We Energy's website. So text the word dog to 855-616-1620 if you'd like to see all of the pups who are finalists, and if you are able to click on Knight and cast a vote his way. I know he would appreciate it. We did mention this to him last night. He sort of walked in a circle and laid down after doing some zoomies. So we think he's excited as well.
You guys really came through yesterday. I mean, we had pages of people texting dog. And I told Greg after the show, I said, We Energies, they're going to look at their vote totals. And all of a sudden, they're going to see Knight. All of a sudden, just boom, the competition just started. Like, how did this happen? So keep it coming. Keep it coming. We want Knight to remain number one. How many days do we have to vote?
So we've got 10 more days. So end of day on July 28th. They announced the winner on August 11th. 811, of course. You dial 811 before you dig. 811, you get the idea there. Cool stuff. So thank you very much. Yeah, they might be wondering why they're getting these spikes in voting between noon and 3.
I love it. Knight says, woo-hoo.
He's a happy boy. 12:26, news coming up.
Hey, boaters! From fishing to water sports and everyday essentials like anchors and life jackets, along with an incredible selection of hardware, Kendall Marine is a boater's paradise. This is Dave Doro, and our endless selection of boating parts and accessories all but assure you one-stop shopping for all your boating needs. And that's why boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendall Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendall Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Boaters.
This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. And if you're a boater and you haven't been here, ask around. And I think some of your boater buddies will tell you you're missing out. Because at Kendor Marine, we have everything you need but the water. And when you get here, you'll know that's no exaggeration. So get in the know, because boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Is that knee, hip, or shoulder pain not getting any better? Are you stuck in a cycle of steroid shots and now they're talking surgery? Before you go down that road, hit pause for a second. Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without more meds, without going under the knife. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. I'm undergoing treatments right now. No masking the pain. It goes to the root of your problem. Their treatments contain growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's potential to heal itself. This is an important part. 92% of patients report satisfaction with the results. That's not just a number. It's peace of mind. It doesn't cost anything for a second opinion. Here's what you need to do. For real results that help let you move easier and live better, call QC Kinetics today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Real results that will make you move easier and live better. That's QC Kinetics.
And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house. Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzek households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. It's 12:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, July 18th. Your top story, arrested for a deadly hit and run.
I'm Jessica Time. Is it time to pass the baton in Madison?
Very nice day today. Comfortable temperatures, high of 75 degrees. A little cooler near the lake, primarily a sunny day. Clouds on the increase tonight and a low of 66, 81 on Saturday.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Formally charged in an alleged unruly passenger incident aboard a SkyWest flight last night, which landed in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. A man accused of being the one referred to by the pilot on airport tower radio as trying to open an emergency exit. In the building that houses the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department bomb squad and its training facility, there was an explosion today. ABC's Alex Stone in L.A.
It appears that 3, maybe deputies, maybe bomb techs were killed in this explosion. They may have been moving, we understand preliminarily, moving explosive materials.
President Trump denying there's a smoking gun implicating him in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Angry MAGA supporters see a lack of transparency. Mr. Trump's ordered the Attorney General to get more Epstein material released. The Trump administration has unfrozen over $1 billion for critical after-school and summer education programming, says a senior administration official. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:31. Arrested in connection to a deadly hit and run. Oconomowoc police took 49-year-old Matthew Brennicky into custody Thursday night. He's wanted in connection to the incident that killed 87-year-old Alan Amy. Amy was riding his tractor home after mowing the grass at a local church Monday afternoon. He was hit by a vehicle near Allen Road and Orchard Circle in Oconomowoc. He died 2 days later.
No signs of foul play in the death of a 13-year-old boy in Sheboygan.
Authorities say the teenage boy went missing Tuesday afternoon while swimming in a non-designated area of the quarry. His body was then recovered Wednesday afternoon. Meanwhile, in the aftermath of the incident, Sheboygan police say false and misleading information has circulated on social media. That prompted an exchange of threats among community members online. Police say they investigated one of those threats, and that led to an arrest. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
A political decision for the good of Wisconsin. Governor Tony Evers is soon to announce whether he will or will not run for re-election. TMJ4 chief political reporter Charles Benson tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Is it time to move on? Is it time to pass the baton? There are younger faces and voices waiting to see what that decision is. You hear about Josh Call. You hear about Sarah Galuski. Both are in their 40s. Guys like David Crowley or even Mandela Barnes, they're under 40 years old.
The decision will be announced officially in the next several days.
The annual EAA Air Venture Fly-In Convention in Oshkosh generates more than $250 million for the Fox Valley region. That's according to a new study compiled by UW Oshkosh. EAA's Dick Napinski.
The transportation, the fuel, the lodging, the food, everything else that goes along with it. And, that's a ripple effect of $171 million in direct spending and then goes through the economy several times and accounts for almost 2,100 full and part-time jobs just in the Fox Valley alone.
Last year's convention set a new attendance record. More than 70% of AirVenture's visitors came from outside of Wisconsin. EAA starts on Monday.
Meanwhile, another Milwaukee festival traditionally held at Cathedral Square is moving to Henry Meyer Festival Park. Oktoberfest is going to move to the lakefront October 3rd through the 5th. Organizers say the move will allow for greater attendance and expanded entertainment options.
Prost. Sports, traffic, and weather next. 12:34 is the time.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Late night baseball for the Brewers taking on the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Our coverage gets underway at 8:35 on WTMJ. Brewers begin the second half of the season, one game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Former Wisconsin Badgers linebacker and Pewaukee native T.J. Watt inks a historic deal, an agreement on a 3-year, $123 million extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Packers begin training camp July 23rd. Rookies are reporting today.
Let's get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. 41 and 43 are construction zones there. Yes, we do have delays today. Nothing out of the ordinary just because of the construction. We do have right now 4194 South, a little bit beyond the ramp from County G. The right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down. That's been out there for a while, but just take note of it if you're traveling that way on 4194 South, right around the ramp from County G, because there is a decent amount of traffic moving through the area right now. Some people are just stepping on the brakes because of that. Also, I-43 South, about a mile and a half beyond the ramp from Racine Avenue. Right shoulder is blocked there, also because of a car that's broken down.
Enjoy the day today. Just beautiful outside. Comfortable temperatures, 75 the high. Humidity is low. A lot of sun. A little cooler near the lake. Might see some rain mid-morning tomorrow with a high of 81. The humidity should tick up a little bit. It's beautiful right now. 67. Comfortable temps. Mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:37. Well, a world championship event is being held in Hayward, Wisconsin. No, it's not a summer version of the Birkebeiner. This is different. It's an event that's never dull. It's an international competition showcasing the best sawing, the best chopping, speed climbing, boom running, and log rolling.
What rolls downstairs, a motor and pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and fits on your back? It's log, log, log. It's log, log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, log. It's better than that, it's good. Everyone wants a log.
Yeah, I couldn't find a real lumberjack song, so I pulled this from Ren and Stimpy. Everyone wants a log. Everyone needs
they've got a song?
a log. And the folks in Hayward right now participating in the World Lumberjack Championships know exactly what to do with said log. Sean Connolly is the marketing director for the Lumberjack World Championships. It's going on right now in Hayward, Wisconsin. And Sean joins us on the line right now. Not currently log rolling, are you, Sean?
You know what? I just stepped off, but I'm pretty dry, so I think we're in good shape. We're doing all right here today.
Well, that means you're an expert. This is an amazing event. It happens every year. It's fascinating television. Walk us through what's happening today and what's been going on through this competition.
Yeah, so actually the whole competition kicked off yesterday. It's a 3-day. We have a quarterfinal, semifinals today, and then our finals are on Saturday. It's a whole day's worth of competition. The grounds open at 11 a.m. We have food trucks. Kids can try out log rolling themselves, wood carving, all the things that you would expect here on the grounds. Lots of amazing vendors out here. But then all throughout the day, we have these competitions going to work out these quarterfinals and semifinals. And then at 5:30 p.m. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow is when the main show is. So that's kind of when we have everything going one right to the other, really quick events, everything going from the speed climb. Speed climb's done. Now let's do some chopping, and now we're going to do the boom running across the logs. It's incredible to watch these athletes And like you mentioned, people from all over the world. We have 6 countries represented this year. It's really just an amazing event here in Hayward, Wisconsin, coming up into the Northwoods and enjoy really the Northwoods tradition.
Well, I am curious about that. In fact, I was just popping on the website and taking a peek at some of the athletes because I do know that you get people from around the world. You mentioned 6 countries. Where are some of these people coming from, and what are their day jobs like?
Right. So we have Ireland represented. We have Czech Republic represented, Canada, Great Britain. And honestly, these people do just normal jobs. Some of our top competitors run like CrossFit gyms, so you might expect that they might be a little bit more athletic kind of jobs. Some people work in the railroad. Some people work in finance. Some people work all sorts of different crazy jobs, but really are just normal jobs, really, not even that crazy. But then afterwards, they do these kind of crazy events like going out and rolling on a log and chopping a log as you're standing on top of it.
You just gave us a fantastic visual of like the finance guy in his suit working crazy long hours, but then knowing he's got to get out to the lake, put on those trunks and just get out there and roll on that log.
It is fascinating. I mean, they're incredible athletes, and like I say, come from all over the country. And right here in Hayward, Wisconsin, we're really that tradition of Northwoods logging. That's what this whole event is about. Every single one of these events, from the speed climbing to the log rolling, the boom running, where they're running across multiple logs, those are all skills that these lumberjacks had to have to be able to perform their jobs. And I think that's one thing that really this country was built on, was the lumberjack. That was an easy job for a lot of people to get when they were and college education wasn't really a really big thing at the time, but every man could go and become a lumberjack. And so that's where these skills that everyone is performing in these events, they really harken back to skills that built this country.
I've always heard the Czechs are tough to contend with in competitions like this. So why Hayward, Sean, right? I mean, Hayward it puts on big events year after year, right? The Birkebeiner is a massive international event, a cross-country skiing. So we know Hayward knows how to handle stuff like this, but why Hayward for this competition?
That's a great question, and it all boils down to one man, Tony Wise. So Tony Wise is the man who started the American Birkebeiner, and he started that 52 years ago. The Lumberjack World Championships, we're celebrating our 65th anniversary this year. So it's actually older than the American Birkebeiner. What Tony did is he came back from World War II, and he really saw that this was a big logging area and really wanted to make this a tourist destination. So that's why he built the Telemark Lodge, which is since now the American Birkebeiner has built and built new buildings in its place. But he started these Lumberjack World Championships and the American Birkebeiner as a way to bolster tourism in this area, and it's working. I mean, 65 years later, we're a world-class destination in the summer for the Lumberjack World Championships and in the winter for the American Birkebeiner.
Are some of the competitors going for world records at this championship? Have you seen that happen in the past?
Yes, absolutely they are. One of them particularly is called the springboard chop. Now that one is just Google it, look it up on YouTube. It's absolutely incredible. There's about a 12-foot tall tree standing in front of them, well, just the trunk of the tree. They put a notch in it. They put a board in that notch. So they all have to do this timed. They first cut the notch in, put a board in, stand on top of that board, cut another notch in the next board about 4 or 5 feet up, stand on top of that board. Then they have to chop the top of that trunk down. So that is a springboard chop, and it is incredible to see people do it, and to do it in like under a minute. It's wild. It's just so crazy. So you come on out here and you see these professional athletes wielding very professional axes, mind you, and saws. It's a really something to be seen, and I think it's just one of those Wisconsin traditions you got to put on your list and check it off.
Sean Connolly is the marketing director for the Lumberjack World Championships going on here through the early portion of the weekend in Hayward, Wisconsin. So what is going on right behind you, Sean? We can hear a little bit of somebody on the PA announcing competitors or maybe some of the competition. What do you got going on right now?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm far enough away so it's not bothering me too much.
I love it.
But,
Sounds great.
But, they are, we're in the middle of competition right now. We have log rolling going on right now. I believe, and again, I'm a little bit out of the sight of it right now, but I believe they're on the women's underhand chop. So that's where they actually stand on top of the log, straddle it, and then they're chopping in between their legs to chop that log in half. And then following that will be the women's boom run. So there's men and women, and actually that's a really unique headline of this year too. We have the most lumberjills competing in this competition ever. So the most field of women are competing in this year's Lumberjack World Championship. So really we've just seen that grow and grow and grow over the years. And it's really culminated in the peak this year.
I was going to ask you about that because I did read a headline, like the most female competitors in its 65-year history. Why do you think that is? Why do you think more women are starting to go into this lumberjack world?
because they can do it just as well as the men. It's really impressive to see. Now, obviously, they're in two different categories because of body sizes, and we get all that. But the amazing part that of the skill is all there. And to answer your question of why, I really haven't gotten a chance to talk with many of the women, female athletes this year about why they did it. But I think it's just a unique, different thing that they thought they could be good at. And quite frankly, they are incredible. It was really, really cool to see, and I highly suggest coming on out to see both the men and the women. But to your point, I think it's just a unique event that women can come and really excel at.
Awesome stuff, man. Have a great time. And the competition goes through tomorrow. Is that right? It wraps up on Saturday?
Correct. Saturday is the day. It's our final main championship. We call it World Championship Saturday. Kicks off tomorrow with a 5K. So if you can't compete as a lumberjack, come on out and compete as a 5K, and then hang out with us all day at the Lumberjack World Championships. The main show kicks off at 5:30 p.m., but come on out earlier. Enjoy the food truck. Great events. Try rolling out yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful time up here in Hayward. It's nice. Overcasty skies today, so you're not getting too crispy, but as you mentioned, very similar weather to what you have down there. We're in the upper 60s. It is perfect up here. So come on out and enjoy a cool summer day.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Real quick, before we let you go, if people, they've got a jam-packed weekend already, but they're thinking, I just heard all this. This sounds like a blast. I want to see it. Do you have a live broadcast of some of these competitions that people can check out online?
LumberjackWorldChampionships.com. We have a live stream going right now. Just a steady cam, one cam live feed right now, but starting at 5:30, be a full show with all the different camera angles. So tune on in if you want to see some of this happening and just get a feel for the grounds. I mean, we're right on the edge of Lake Hayward. We're actually on a bay where they used to actually store logs when they were doing log ports down the river. So it's a really unique spot. So, yeah, check out LumberjackWorldChampionships.com. The live stream is rolling as we speak.
Sean, have a great time the rest of the day and the rest of the competition. Thanks so much for bringing us inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for chatting with me today. Have a good one.
Yep, you bet. 1246. Could you be a lumberjill?
Chop, chop.
It seems like a lot of work. I don't know how you practice this stuff either.
I don't know. I mean, the answer is no, actually. Not I don't know.
Okay.
The answer is no. I think these people are crazy skilled. I mean, when I've seen, he was talking about, what was that called, the springboard chop? I have seen that happen.
It's
that
incredible.
is real skill. I mean, in the speed with that. But also, I've always thought just the one where they're out there on the lake and you've got the tree, the rod that they're going in there, and it's spinning in the water. The speed that they have to have, I think, is pretty incredible. Just to keep on that and not fall.
Yeah,
I'd be all bruised up.
Sawing through aspen trees, and then they put spikes on their feet and wear a harness, and they run up redwood trees. It's just crazy to watch what they're able to do.
I have gone down to the third ward, though, and done a little axe throwing, and I have gotten a bullseye.
Okay.
So maybe that would be my activity.
Well, that's where it starts.
Okay, chop,
All right.
chop.
Okay, competition for next year. We'll put it in your site. 1247 and WTMJ Week in Review is coming up next.
Here's the secret no one's telling you about those trendy weight loss shots. Many people gain the weight back after stopping, but there's a better way. Using the Milwaukee Weight Loss proprietary natural-based program, we've helped thousands of people not just lose weight, but keep it off long-term. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 8 weeks while protecting your muscle mass. No side effects, no rebounds. Ready to transform your body for life? You can do this. Schedule your free consultation today at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi. I dropped 40 pounds with Milwaukee Weight Loss. No crazy workouts, no meal kits or shakes, and definitely no meds or injections. They helped reset my metabolism, and the weights actually stayed off. It's been a game changer for me. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. Schedule your free consultation today by calling 262-393-2334. One more time, 262-393-2334. Or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Hi, this is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. And you know, I'm a consumer just like you. And my ears perk up for pain relief messages just like you. But some of these ads...
Since I started taking this natural supplement, within weeks, my pain is completely gone.
I mean, come on. Give me a break. The truth is, there are imbalances in your body causing your pain. And there's physical therapy, which we are highly skilled at, that can improve imbalances. And there are alternative pain solutions. But not all of them are proven, safe, effective, or affordable. At Rejuvenex, the effectiveness of Toradol joined with hyaluronic acid has been proven. Our treatments are affordable, FDA approved, safe, and they're powerful medicines. They calm inflammation and cushion joints, and they can make your pain go away.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Whatever's on your to-do list, Fleet Farm's got the goods. Top brands at prices that will not be beat. This week, get a free $20 gift card with the purchase of $100 in Ariat clothing or footwear. 12 packs of Anchor Hocking pint canning jars with regular mouth are just $7.99. And grab 20-pound bags of KT Woodlands bird food for only $6.99. Stop in for these sale items and more at your local Fleet Farm. And check out all our weekly deals at fleetfarm.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia problems, cognitive decline. It's their specialty. They're great at it. And they also offer early memory loss classes. They can help your loved one with locations throughout our state, many here in southeast Wisconsin. I've been in their facilities. They're top-notch. It's kindness at the core. It's compassion and empathy at Azura. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Beautiful day today. No rain to worry about. Should be gorgeous outside. 75 comfortable degrees. Beautiful day. A lot of sun. A little cooler down closer to the lake. We're topping at about 66 right now. Could touch 70 before the end of the day. We reintroduced some rain to the forecast on Saturday. Likely to be a mid-morning event, according to our folks at TMJ4. High of 81. Humidity starts to ramp up a little bit. It is 67 degrees and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:51. Well, break time for the Brewers. A storm sweeps through Wisconsin, and the Evers era may come to an end. All that and more, part of the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
And the 0-2 pitch. Got him looking. Ball game over. It's break time for the Brew Crew. And they have swept the Nationals, and their winning streak is up to 7 games heading into the All-Star break.
Welcome to the premiere episode of Sheldon Cooper Presents Fun with Flags.
The Milwaukee Flag Task Force is going to come together today. Vexillographer, is that right? Am I pronouncing that correctly, Michael?
Vexillographer.
What's vexillology? Vexillology is the study of flags.
What if some company said, hey, we will pay the city money if you use a logo of ours as the city flag?
What if it's Milwaukee Tool? Then it just says Milwaukee. Yeah. But it's still a brand, and they pay for it.
Well,
that easy.
A child is dead and a woman is in critical condition after an apartment fire on Milwaukee's west side this morning. First floor of the building was engulfed in flames. There were fire alarms, but no sprinkler systems.
We're going to hear all kinds of pushback about affordable housing. I'm just going to push right back now and say survivable housing.
So the Big Dumper is the nickname for Cal Raleigh, the guy who won the home run derby last night.
How has he not taken advantage of a endorsement deal with Waste Management?
Yeah.
Now, here are your hosts, E.B. Smooth and Hustle Hughes.
Wow. Okay.
Gary Sinise playing bass guitar. It really was a fun night.
The main thing is to come here and support Skylight Music Theater. Toured around a little bit with a friend of mine who's here. Her name's Janine Syjon. And so we went over to the memorial, the Lance Syjon Memorial.
House Speaker Mike Johnson joined the chorus of Trump-friendly voices, urging the administration to release files related to the notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
This is now a 10 or 11-day story, which is the longest story in the 6 months he's been president.
That's what I said this
And it's a negative.
Because of the weather that they're paying attention to for this afternoon and into this evening, the Milwaukee night market's been canceled over concerns of the severe stuff. Organizers say the market will be rescheduled for October.
I will not allow any rain to fall upon this world.
Many hours later.
A tornado warning has been issued for Jefferson County until 2:30 this afternoon. This is brand new from the National Weather Service. A tornado warning is in effect for Jefferson County.
Texter just saying driving east on I-94, pouring, not much lightning, but torrential rain.
Until we get this out over the lake, the threat for tornadoes or the threat for damaging thunderstorm winds is going to be with us.
A really difficult day for the city of Sheboygan. A 13-year-old out with friends yesterday, swimming at J.C. Quarry Park at Calumet Drive and North Avenue, drowned.
It's just sad. I don't want nobody to die.
I could cry.
Well, I got the note today from We Energies congratulating, I don't know if it was congratulating me or congratulating Knight, that he is a finalist. So Knight is a finalist to be the We Energies Safe Digging Ambassador for 2025.
Fresh off of a very early morning rescission bill vote, Senator Tammy Baldwin, welcome to Point Taken.
I'm not sure I'm fresh off of
I don't know if you slept last night.
2:15 a.m. vote.
So here's the deal. Two sources told me that Governor Tony Evers has decided he is not going to run for re-election.
When we start hearing from David Crowley, Josh Call, and the lieutenant governor, I mean, those are the three top-tier candidates for governor if he doesn't run. If they start saying it, then that's when the pressure's mounting. But we've not heard from the three of them.
He said he was going to make this decision in the next couple of weeks. It is that time.
He has like a pros and cons list, like a whiteboard, and every day he adds something to it.
Yeah.
5 letters here. RELAX.
What a week, eh?
What a week.
Soy boy Dan Von
It was like Lord Dumper?
Okay, it's the Week in Review. It's brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. 1 o'clock news coming up in just a few minutes.
I'm Jean Nemovitz of Bruce's team. Together with my husband Bruce and our dedicated team members, Erica and Cindy, we're here to guide you through one of life's biggest transitions, moving from your longtime home to a new one. With empathy, kindness, and understanding, we'll walk with you every step of the way, making the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. Let us take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Call us today at 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
It's Gina Della. You've heard me define what makes Pella Windows and Doors different. Let me introduce you to the woman behind the billboards, commercials, and share my extraordinary journey of resilience, reinvention, and shattering glass ceilings every Saturday morning at 6:30 on 620 WTMJ and anywhere you stream podcasts for What's the Difference with Gina Della to discuss business coaching across all industries, featuring successful executives, entrepreneurs, and mentors along the way. This is a story you won't want to miss.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano from Wisconsin's Morning News. It's baseball season, which means Brewers 360 is back every day at 8:40. Sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Every day, all season long, we're joined exclusively by Brewers guests, including manager Pat Murphy and more. So Murphy, as we're wrapping up our interview.
Great talking to you. Really enjoyed it, okay?
I was like, you did? Is he just in a good mood, or what'd y'all do to Murph?
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1-ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
The Brewers return from the break with a jam-packed week of action. First up, a summer battle with the Marlins, July 25th through the 27th. Come for the action, stay for Pokemon Go Day on Friday the 25th, and a Bryce Terang bobblehead on Saturday the 26th, presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank. Then it's time to battle back when the Crew takes on the Cubs for 3 games starting on July 28th. Get tickets for a week of Brewers action you don't want to miss at Brewers.com.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Yates brings home the pitch. And a ground ball through the left side into left field for a base hit. Frelick trots home. It is brooms for the Brewers.
It's the Brewers and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:35 on the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 1 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, July 18th. Your top story, the body of a missing Wisconsin woman found in Nebraska.
I'm Jessica Tighe, getting back nearly $9 billion.
Mostly sunny, very comfortable today. High of 75 degrees. Partly cloudy, more clouds late. Tonight, a low of 66. Rain in the forecast tomorrow, mainly a mid-morning event. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a little muggy, and a high of 81. It's now 72, partly sunny in Milwaukee. At 101 from the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, identifying the body found in Nebraska as a missing woman from Wisconsin. 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht, last seen in Dodgeville on Monday. Nebraska State Patrol officers got a call about 1:30 Wednesday morning about her car in Lincoln, Nebraska. Police pursued the vehicle until it crashed, and the suspect then fled on foot. Colonel Brian Waugh.
Troopers approached the vehicle and found a deceased woman in the back seat of the vehicle. It was clear the woman had died before the crash.
23-year-old Gavin Thompson of Dodgeville was arrested several hours later. He could face charges of first-degree intentional homicide, armed robbery, hiding a corpse, and operating a vehicle without owner's consent.
The man accused of ambushing 2 Milwaukee police officers, killing one of them, is headed to trial. 22-year-old Tremaine Jones pleaded not guilty to 3 felonies in connection with the death of Officer Kendall Corder. Milwaukee Detective Cedric McFadden during the hearing.
This video shows the defendant Jones in the middle of the intersection walking back and forth with a rifle, wearing a black jacket with some red lettering on the back, dark pants, and light color shoes, walking back and forth.
Did she identify the person in that video as the defendant?
Yes.
Jones is due back in court early next month.
Los Angeles County sheriffs confirmed several of their deputies were killed this morning in an explosion that rocked a training facility outside of the city. ABC's Alex Stone is in L.A.
Around 7:30 this morning, when there was an explosion that went off, it was told initially to us by the Sheriff's Department as a big boom was heard. We now have confirmation from Supervisor Janice Hahn's office, supervisor here in L.A. County, that 3 deputies were killed in this explosion, but they don't know what caused it.
Fire crews are on the scene, and there are concerns there may be some unexploded police devices on site.
Overnight, the House approved a package to claw back $9 billion in funding for foreign aid and public broadcasting.
The vote was 216 to 213. Congress beat today's deadline to get the bill to President Trump's desk. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Everybody that works on our side has promised fiscal responsibility and fiscal discipline, and we're delivering on those promises again tonight.
Democrats like Melanie Stansbury of New Mexico say the cuts are dangerous.
It will make America less safe, it will undermine our national security, and it will threaten lives across the world and kill children.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
President Trump is expected to sign that measure later today.
A celebration of all things French in downtown Milwaukee.
The Bastille Days Festival is underway as Thursday night. It was the yearly Storm the Bastille 5K.
Storm the Bastille acts as Bastille Days' biggest fundraiser. So thank you to all those that came out and that registered. 3, 2, 1, go!
Featuring a miniature Eiffel Tower and dozens of vendors and performers, the festival runs through Sunday at Cathedral Square Park.
In downtown Milwaukee, Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
A lot of people down there for the run last night. I've done it before. I will likely do it again. Haven't done it in a number of years, however, but great kickoff to that event with that Storm the Bastille 5K.
I actually have a couple of friends who make it a point every single year. In fact, one of them, a friend who used to live in my building, he actually lives in Florida now, but he will come back for this typically. And they actually get a reservation at Zarletti, typically. I know the route has changed a little bit over the years, but they don't run it. But every year, tradition, they go out for dinner, they eat a good meal, and they watch the other people run.
That's the best way to do it.
Right? It's just fun.
That's
but
the best
people
way
have
to do
a blast.
It's definitely a fun 5K. Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is getting beat up a little bit here today, down 202 points at 44,282. NASDAQ can't figure itself out. It is a point in the green, then a point in the red, sort of hovering in neutral at 20,886. Pretty much the same for the S&P, down about 4 points at 6293. What does the big, beautiful bill mean for your taxes and for your retirement? Got a free webinar coming up. It's an Annex Wealth Management event Wednesday, July 23rd. It starts at noon. Get up to speed fast. Visit annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 1:05.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Looking for new floors but tired of the pushy sales pitch? Vince Vitrano here recommending Hunt's Flooring in Greenfield, local family-run business where the team treats you like a neighbor, not a number. It was actually one of my neighbors who recommended Hunt's to me. No pressure, no gimmicks, just honest advice, beautiful flooring, and help every step of the way. From hardwood to pet-friendly carpet, find the perfect fit for your home and budget. Visit the showroom or start your project now at huntsflooring.com. Hunt's Flooring. Flooring you'll feel good about.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Brewers and Dodgers tonight should be a fun series in Los Angeles. Coverage gets underway at 8:35 on WTMJ. Milwaukee one game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Packers begin training camp July 23rd. Rookies are reporting today, and former Wisconsin Badgers linebacker T.J. Watt becomes the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, reaching an agreement on a 3-year, $123 million extension with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's go ahead and get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. A handful of disabled vehicles out in the system right now, most of them not causing any problems. I'll let you know about the most recent two that just popped up. 4145 south at the ramp from Wisconsin 145. In that case, the right shoulder is blocked because you have a car that's broken down. Also, I-94 west, about a mile and a half beyond the ramp from Highway 100. Right shoulder is blocked there because of a car that's broken down. We're also still dealing with the delays in our construction zones on 41 and 43.
75 glorious degrees today. Beautiful, comfortable temperatures and a lot of sun. Overnight low of 61. Tomorrow we introduce humidity and the chance of rain, mainly in the mid-morning with a high of 81 degrees. Right now it's 72 and sunny in Milwaukee at 109.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
All right, so I'm totally fascinated with this. I've got the live feed up here from the Lumberjack World Championships.
Of course you do.
My goodness.
They're talented.
This is unbelievable stuff to watch. So this is happening in Hayward, Wisconsin, the rest of the day today, all day tomorrow, and it wraps up tomorrow. World Championships, right? You've got people from Wisconsin, people from Oregon, you've got people from Czechoslovakia, and or the Czech Republic, I should say, and Ireland and Great Britain, right? International competition in Hayward, Wisconsin. And what I see on the live stream here is a lot of sweeping. They're getting logs set to be sawed, these giant, sort of very thick aspen trees that'll be cut. These two-team saw events, right? It's pretty cool stuff. And then in the distance, these look like smokestacks. But they're the actual wooden trees without limbs or branches, right? Just the stalk of a tree. This thing is like 80 feet in the air. Somebody's going to strap spikes to their feet and put a harness on and run up it later.
This is a big deal. I mean, in some cases, these people are going for world records. They have seen world records take place at this competition up in Hayward in the past.
Well, if you can't make it to Hayward, and it is a bit of a drive, lumberjackworldchampionships.com. You can watch the live stream. Pretty cool stuff. I'll have it on. It's 1:10.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, beef prices have climbed to another record high.
New government numbers show the average price of a pound of ground beef rose to $6.12 in June, up 12% from a year ago. Supply isn't keeping up with demand. The nation's cattle herd has shrunk to its lowest number since 1951. Kim Radiker-Bays raises cattle near Fort Worth.
We've had a lot of drought the past couple of years, and so it's been harder and harder to keep enough grass to feed the cows.
Economists warn President Trump's tariffs and a flesh-eating pest in cattle herds in Mexico could push beef prices even higher. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Yeah, so bottom line, they're not thinking there's going to be relief anytime soon. And while beef prices have hit another record, we should note they've been rising steadily over the past 20 years. In fact, Greg, didn't you say when I was like, they're reaching a record high, they're at another record, you're like, haven't they just been high?
Again, it's like, of course. Yeah, it's been high for a minute.
Yeah, it hasn't been cheap, but cattle supply remains tight and beef remains popular. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Well, unless you don't want to pay that much.
Right, exactly. Good point. Number 2, more changes coming to TSA. And the aim here is to make life easier for families traveling with children. It's called the Families on the Fly. It's a dedicated family lane at airports at security checkpoints. Project began at the pilot program in Orlando, which makes a lot of sense with all the kids and families flying down to Disney. Well, now it is expanding. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem with the announcement at BNA, airport code of Nashville.
Administration is working very hard to make sure that we're not only maintaining and implementing and enhancing all of our security protocols, but that we're also making travel more enjoyable.
Noem also announcing the special lane for uniformed military members called the Honor Lane. I've seen this before, but it's expanding. It's only at 11 different airports, so it's not a nationwide sort of thing, but it will expand to be a nationwide thing. Think about all the changes here, and a lot of them are technology-induced changes. You've got the option now to leave your shoes on. I guess if you want to take them off, you can, but you don't have to. They're going to look at liquids to see if you have to still abide to that 3.4-ounce thing in your carry-on or not. And of course, they've got lanes for TSA pre and global entry and clear and all that kind of stuff. But for the average traveler, they're looking at everything here to make your experience better.
Honestly, I think this dedicated family lane is a win-win.
Huge.
Because families are like, great, we've got a dedicated lane. And then I feel like the singles are like, great, you and your family and all the kids over there. I'm and my single self just going over there into this other lane.
It's stressful for everybody. If you have a couple of toddlers with you, it's stressful for the mom and dad standing in line, just trying to organize everything and undo the car seat and get this thing all done. It can be a hassle. Others, who are waiting behind them are also kind of feeling the effect of it and getting kind of annoyed. So I like the separation.
Yeah,
there.
Win-win for sure. Number 3. A little more than halfway through the year, the number of U.S. fatalities caused by lightning is on pace to surpass the totals from 2022 and 2023. The latest deaths happened in New Jersey this week. ABC's Jim Ryan has the details.
Last year, 13 people in the U.S. were killed by lightning. Wednesday's death of a 61-year-old man at an archery range was the 12th in the U.S. this year.
This was a flash. I thought it was a bomb.
States with the highest incidence of lightning deaths: Colorado, Texas, and Florida, where 94 people have died since 2006.
Lightning can strike 20 miles from the thunderstorm that spawns it, so warning systems can be crucial. And last hour, we were talking to ABC's Jim Ryan going a little more in depth about this. And I couldn't help but think about, and it was odd timing, because I think we were talking with TMJ4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky earlier in the week, and he had mentioned Country Thunder, because we're talking about all the things that are happening this weekend. And Country Thunder and the storms that we have, it just took me back to 2018 when that young woman got struck by lightning at Country Thunder. And it's just, you can't mess around with Mother Nature.
1:14 on WTMJ. Coming up, the latest on a story out of Oconomowoc. A guy involved in a fatal hit and run has been caught. He is in custody. We'll go through the details of the story after this.
It's here, the largest vacation sale in the nation. Fox World Travel's exclusive July sale is back. Score unbeatable deals at all-inclusive resorts with Apple Vacations to Mexico and the Caribbean with non-stop flights. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention you heard it on WTMJ. Book now and secure your spot with just a deposit. The sale ends July 25th. Don't miss out.
Hey, thanks, Rose. Sounds great. Greg Matzek here. Want to tell you about Horicon Bank, truly doing banking differently since 1896. And they opened because, well, the community needed it. The community of Horicon, that is. People were starting to go to work. They needed a bank to help clear their checks. Well, Horicon Bank opened its doors for the people of Horicon. And ultimately, 100 years later, 100-plus years, they are expanding. They keep expanding, but they've not lost that community-minded approach. They are there to help you and your business get off the ground, or with programs that'll help maintain and increase cash flow. They understand your system. They understand your business. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, with Horicon Bank. Truly the natural choice. Member FDIC. If you need to get a checking account or a first savings account launched for a loved one, you can do that as well. Together, doing good. It's Horicon Bank. Truly the natural choice.
Start your journey now. Don't wait. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Schedule your free consultation to lose up to 1 pound of fat per day. No drugs, no injections, no exercise. It's safe, fast, and costs a fraction of those injections. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
When it rains, it pours. But sometimes it hails. Or worse.
That tornado warning again is for Fond du Lac and Dodge County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now.
Keep us within reach for Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts.
Even if a tornado does not touch down, we know that there are powerful straight line winds.
On 620 WTMJ and WTMJ.com.
75 degrees your high today. A lot of sun. Beautiful day. Some clouds on the increase. Later on tonight, overnight low 61. Tomorrow we get back into the low 80s. A little more humidity. Chance of some mid-morning rain. It's currently 72 and sunny in Milwaukee at 117.
So we have new details today on how Oconomowoc police were able to catch the suspect in a deadly hit and run. And we told you about this hit and run earlier this week. 87-year-old Alan Amy died on Wednesday after being hit by an SUV on Monday. Here's what went down. Amy was riding his tractor home at the time. He had just finished up cutting grass at a church in Oconomowoc, which makes it's a terrible story no matter what. And then you think, oh my gosh, this guy was like out mowing the lawn at the church, just thinks he's riding back home. All of a sudden, he's hit and ultimately killed. The man accused of hitting Amy had been on the run for days, but police say they have him now. So this was a new development. Since yesterday, officers arrested Matthew Brennicky of Dousman last night. The police chief, James Pfister, says tips from the public were crucial in this, but he also says the most significant breakthrough in the investigation came from a camera system designed to capture license plates and characteristics of cars. So this is all new today that they're saying, hey, here's what happened. Here's what ultimately led us to our suspect. So piecing together different videos allowed them to pinpoint the suspect's vehicle, determine the license plate, and ultimately help them track down their suspect. Because initially, they had from a witness a vague description of the car. Like, we kind of knew it was a Volvo, but they had no idea on a license plate. And then a couple days later, all of a sudden, we knew what the license plate was. Remember, we said, hey, we've got, a description of the car and the license plate. If you know anything about this, call police. Well, they were able to figure out the license plate from going back and looking at this camera system and piecing these videos together. And then they could also see where the car was at one point and how it didn't have damage one day. And then the next day it did have damage. So I was kind of looking into this camera system. Oconomowoc put up its first cameras with a flock system last year. And actually it was a common council meeting just a couple of months ago, back in March, where the chief was highlighting the significant impact of the flock safety cameras on local law enforcement efforts. So Chief Pfister was there. He presented basically an update on the program, emphasizing its role in enhancing public safety and crime resolution on the community. So the timeline is, for people in Oconomowoc, they know this because it was up for debate for a while. But the council approved this flock system in late 2023. Then they installed 4 cameras in early 2024. 3 of them became operational by April of that year. And then the 4th camera, there's some delays with that, but eventually it was deployed last August. But this is one of those things I'm thinking, okay, this was just a couple of months ago at the Common Council meeting where the chief is there saying, hey, here's how we have been using these cameras. Well, here's another great example of how this camera system helped in this community. It led them to find their suspect in a hit and run that ultimately became deadly.
So I'm not familiar with the name of this system or how it worked, but if you've been driving down a country highway, you might have seen it without really knowing what it is. So it pictures some sort of pole, like a small, somewhat thin flagpole off to the side of the road with a small solar panel on it. You might have seen this. You might have driven right by it. Well, attached to that solar panel and on the pole is this camera, which appears to be little larger than what I would say an average Ring doorbell looks like. That's kind of what it looks like to me. So these operate on LTE. In other words, it doesn't rely on unstable Wi-Fi. So it works. They're solar powered. That's powering the actual camera, so no batteries, no plug-in. It runs on LTE, which it means it just sort of sucks in the cell signal in the area. You don't have to worry about that spotty Wi-Fi. And then it captures characteristics of the vehicle, like you mentioned, including the license plate. So if you've ever been, through the Illinois toll system and you didn't pay your toll or said, I'll just go back and do it later, right? You get that thing in the mail and then you see a picture of your vehicle on the back of it and the license plate is very bright with some other distinguishing characteristics of your vehicle. It's not unlike that, but the cameras here appear to be maybe even a little bit more sophisticated in what it's able to pick up. But that's kind of a description. You've likely seen these on the side of the road and maybe not known it.
Sure. And when I was looking through the criminal complaint as well on Matthew Brennicky, it was interesting as I was reading through it, and they go through some of the videos that they looked at. It just makes you realize, too, how often you're being watched. Because I could see where they would say, okay, we saw this guy with tattoos and he was wearing a tank top. And days before we saw, another guy in a similar tank top with tattoos. It makes you realize how often you're being watched in some cases. But I bring up this interesting note about the chief being at that Common Council meeting back in March because he was basically saying these cameras are working. And he talked about 2 notable incidents. In one case, he said there was a stolen vehicle that was recovered within 20 minutes.
Wow.
Thanks to a quick police response aided by this camera system. He talked about another instance that the cameras helped connect a theft case in Brookfield to a similar incident in Oconomowoc, leading to arrests in both cases. But I bring it back to this because they say that the most significant breakthrough in this investigation came from this camera system designed to capture license plates and characteristics of cars. And so now they caught their suspect, the suspect in this deadly hit and run.
It's pretty cool how these things work. They offer real-time alerts as well, this flock system. So when a vehicle of interest, one associated with a crime or on a watch list, is detected, the system then sends a real-time alert to designated authorities. So that's how you get that quick response time of, roughly 20 minutes, and they're on it and ready to go. Really interesting stuff. It's 1:23 on WTMJ.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Caladora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
We thought our massive, hassleless mattress warehouse would be big enough to hold every mattress we sell, but boy, did we miscalculate. Now, our bad math is your good fortune. This week only, Thursday through Monday, it's the first ever hassleless mattress tent sale in Greenfield. We're decimating prices on over 500 brand new, overstock, floor model, and clearance mattresses. You won't find brand names like Beautyrest and Sealy Posturepedic marked this low anywhere else. A Sealy Posturepedic Queen Golden Acres pillow top mattress was $1,093. Now, just $546. And a Beautyrest King Bristol Rose mattress was $2,035. But at the Hassless tent sale, it slashed to $814. Be ready to load up your mattress and take it home. We'll have helping hands on hand to help. Look, at this point, we're not making money, we're making friends. So, friend, come see us this week at the first ever Hassless Mattress Tent Sale at the corner of Layton and 77th across from Kopp's Frozen Custard in Greenfield.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
Are happening right now, a procession transporting fallen Milwaukee police officer Kendall Corder to his final resting place at Wisconsin Memorial Park.
Eric Billstad.
Casket's always got an escort. There's always someone there at all times. Pretty unique moment. Kind of gives you chills to think about.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
We've got this vehicle fire. It's a semi that was on fire on eastbound 94.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
Well, there are new rumors of a long-anticipated musical reunion. Keyword, rumors.
Three of Fleetwood Mac's surviving members have shared cryptic social media posts. The first, a handwritten line from Stevie Nicks that read, "And if you go forward." It was followed by another from Lindsey Buckingham, "I'll meet you there." Together they form a lyric from Frozen Love, a song they recorded before they joined Fleetwood Mac. The day before, the group's co-founder, Mick Fleetwood, posted a video listening to the tune. The band's last performance was in 2019 without Buckingham. Christine McVie died in 2022. Last year, Nick said without her, a reunion wouldn't work. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
So apparently they're patching things up a little bit, or they decided that, hey, we could probably cash in big time if we went on a tour. They had that love triangle thing. It was kind of weird with Fleetwood Mac.
Well, I do feel like if you're still feeling as you age that you're capable to get out there, I'm sure it's not with everybody, but if you are a talented artist, I would imagine that you want to keep doing that every once in a while, especially if you don't do it for a little bit and then all of a sudden you got the itch, like, let's get out there again. Stevie Nicks was darn near as big as a solo artist as she was with Fleetwood Mac. I mean, my goodness, a powerhouse, absolute powerhouse. I imagine this is what's going to happen. They will announce a reunion tour. Oh, yes. And it'll be a farewell reunion tour. And we could see another farewell reunion tour years down the road. Exactly. And then maybe the year after that as well. Maybe and then it will be the final reunion. The last one, though. That last one. This is it. The final last one with an exclamation point. Stones have been doing that for 20, 30 years. It's 127, 130 news coming up.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Well, Siding Unlimited has done it again. Recently awarded from Pella, the National Pella Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year Award. I know it's kind of a mouthful. What it tells you is this: Siding Unlimited is the best installer of Pella windows. Period. Point blank. It's a national award right here for Siding Unlimited in southeastern Wisconsin. They've got an office right on the Brookfield-Waukesha border, just off Barker Road. I've stopped in frequently over the years. Eric and Aaron Brown do a great job, excellent installation teams, and all sorts of ways to beautify your home's exterior. We've done windows with them, siding, doors, roofing, as a matter of fact. They even helped us expand our outdoor living space when we built our home about 9 years ago. The beautiful paver patio with a gas fire pit and a pergola. They did incredible work. We enjoy it all the time in the summer and the fall and the spring and whatever we can in the winter. I'm out there grilling, as a matter of fact. It's Siding Unlimited, the best in the business to beautify your home's exterior. Visit sidingunlimited.com. Can they help with dinner?
A Friday fish fry is a family tradition. Enjoy the all-you-can-eat haddock fish fry tonight at the historic, the beautiful, the amazing Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure. It is one of the best. All other dinners this weekend are buy one, get one free. Pan-fried walleye, seafood, steak and lobster, prime rib on Saturdays. Any entree, your second dinner is free. They bring that dessert tray around. You don't want to miss that, especially because desserts are also buy one, get one free. This Saturday, only enjoy a 10-ounce prime rib with 3 shrimp, 3 scallops, and a 4-ounce grilled salmon topped with garlic butter and all the sides for $69.99. Sounds good, huh? Well, that's for 2 dinners on a Saturday night. The Fox and Hounds off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. The drive through the Kettle Moraine is gorgeous. And this Saturday only, enjoy 2 prime rib, shrimp, scallop, and salmon dinners for just $69.99. Tables are open, but call and reserve your free dinner. It's great food, great service. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, are you feeling summer? Then it's time to feel cheesy. It's time to feel good. July 31st through August 10th, only at the Wisconsin State Fair. Presented by U.S. Cellular.
It's 1:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, July 18th. Your top story, online threats after a Sheboygan drowning.
I'm Jessica Tighe, explaining a multi-million-dollar deficit.
75 degrees your high today. Plenty of sun. Overnight low in the low 60s. Clouds will be on the increase. 81. Muggy. Chance of rain mid-morning on Saturday. It's currently 67.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. President Trump is signing landmark legislation this afternoon regulating cryptocurrency. It passed with broad support from both major parties, seen as a way to boost consumer confidence. Vlad Tenev of the popular crypto trading platform Robinhood is at the White House today.
This is the beginning of a long chain of digital transformation that will ultimately change the entire financial industry for the better.
President Trump on social media denying there's evidence implicating him in the Jeffrey Epstein files. He's ordered the Attorney General to get more Epstein material released. A deadly explosion today in the building that houses the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department bomb squad and its training facility. At least 3 deputies are dead. Health insurance premiums are on the way up as much as 75%, says a new analysis from KFF research group. Part of the blame goes to the expiration at the end of the year of enhanced premium tax credits. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 1:31. No signs of foul play in the death of a 13-year-old boy from Sheboygan.
Authorities say the teenage boy went missing Tuesday afternoon while swimming in a non-designated area of the quarry. His body was then recovered Wednesday afternoon. Meanwhile, in the aftermath of the incident, Sheboygan police say false and misleading information has circulated on social media. That prompted an exchange of threats among community members online. Police say they investigated one of those threats, and that led to an arrest. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The National Weather Service now confirms at least 4 tornadoes from Wednesday's storm damage.
2 EF0 tornadoes touched down in Dodge County, one between Eustisford and Waupun, and another north of Beaver Dam. Another EF0 twister touched down in Mazomanie, Dane County, and an EF1 tornado touched down in Dodgeville. The National Weather Service is working to survey a total of 10 areas of rotation, and crews could need until Monday to review all impacted areas. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
New details shed light on when exactly the Milwaukee County Transit System became aware of a nearly $11 million budget deficit.
Interim President and CEO Sandra Kellner says a 20,000-hour frequency cut was planned before the system revealed it was facing a deficit.
Those are already considered before we arrived at the projected deficit.
Supervisor Sean Rowland says this confirms the deficit may have been even higher than $10.9 million.
Maybe by the tune of a million or two, and the frequency reductions brought it down to 10.9.
An audit of MCTS will reveal more about the timeline. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
270,000 Wisconsinites will lose their health care coverage now that $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act have been signed into law. Senator Tammy Baldwin says she's concerned.
We have a significant percentage of our rural hospitals in Wisconsin that are operating year to year at a loss. this will compound it, and it will probably make their continuing operation really in doubt.
3 hospitals in rural Wisconsin are at risk of closing their doors.
The Garden Doctor is in at the State Fair for this year. The State Fair segments include gardening tips and research-based soil improvement hacks. Garden expert Melinda Myers tells WTMJ.
And it's all research-based. So our feature garden this year is about companion planting, and I have some containers I'm bringing with me to demonstrate that. My next talk is new variety. So it might be plants that are new to the garden centers this year, or maybe just some of those that are recently introduced that may be new to a lot of the people visiting.
You can catch Melinda and her show at the We Energies Park at the State Fair.
A Pewaukee native gets big money. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:34.
Save big on everything for your painting projects when you shop at Menards. Pittsburgh's premier is an interior paint and primer in one that provides excellent all-around performance with a durable finish that's easy to clean. Visit Menards in-store or online today and save big on your next interior painting project with Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Plus, don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine that unbelievable new deck in your backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck builder. Building new decks and replacing old ones, creating that $1 million feeling every time you relax in your own backyard. Looking for a company to make your backyard scream wow? Stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected variety Cedar Crest ice cream, $4.49. 12-count selected variety Stone Ridge Fudge or Orange Cream Bars, $3.49. 8-pack or 64-ounce selected varieties Juicy Juice, 2 for $6. 4.5 to 5.3-ounce selected varieties Chobani Flips Yogurt, 2 for $3.
Let's get some strawberries.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. We get Brewers baseball back on the air tonight. Coverage gets underway at 8:35. Brewers take on the Dodgers in Game 1 of a 3-game series in Los Angeles. Brewers begin the second half of the season 1 game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Packers begin training camp July 23rd. Rookies reporting today. Pewaukee native and former Badgers linebacker T.J. Watt becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He reaches an agreement with the Steelers on a 3-year, $123 million extension. And Matt Fitzpatrick, your leader during round 2 of the Open Championship, had a lot of rain falling earlier in the day. It looks like the skies have cleared up a little bit at Royal Portrush. Matt Fitzpatrick, 9 under par.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. 43 has our typical construction delays. So does 41, but I want to take note of this. We're seeing more slowing on 41 right now in the construction zones because we have 2 disabled vehicles that are new to our issues. The most recent one, there's a disabled vehicle on the exit to Watertown Plank Road east from 4145 south. That's a busy spot anyways, so we are seeing significant delays. Once again, this is a brand new one on the exit to Watertown Plank Road east from 4145 south. You got a broken down vehicle. Also, if we head north on 4145 south at the ramp from Wisconsin 145, the right shoulder is blocked there because you have another car that recently broke down. So that's just adding to the delays in our construction zone on 41.
I keep waiting for Brendan Johnson to open the door again and come running into the studio.
I know, that was fun, wasn't it?
Nice. It was nice having you in studio yesterday after you were doing some stuff down at Bastille Days. Brendan, we're missing you today.
Yeah, no, missing you guys too. But I'm back here at TMJ4 and substitute chief meteorologist today.
Oh, fun. Oh, Niz is off doing something fun then, I bet. He's got the boat out again?
Oh, yeah.
Does he have the boat out again?
I'm sure he does. Going to probably be grabbing the boat, heading up north with the family for the weekend. So he told me he got a couple weekends blocked off this summer to head up north, maybe take the boat with him. So I hope that, he and Julie and the girls are having a blast. We've got some great weather.
Fantastic. This is fantastic Friday weather. I feel like we need to enjoy it, though, because tomorrow could be a little iffy.
Yeah, so today temperatures topping out in the 70s. I mean, I had the roof open, the windows down. I was in Bayview earlier this morning and was just enjoying the wonderful, wonderful breeze that we had off Lake Michigan. I also belted some tunes in the car that, thank goodness, no one heard.
Love it.
That's the kind of day it is. So it's perfect out there. But yeah, tonight we will drop the low temperatures into the mid-60s. Clouds will be increasing. Jessica, Greg, it is a little bit of a messy, muddled picture for tomorrow. We've got a warm front that lifts northward, but a cold front that will be dropping in from the northwest throughout the morning and into the afternoon. Our high-resolution computer models show a complex of showers and storms that moves through southwestern Wisconsin and probably more of south central and even southeastern Wisconsin during the morning hours. We think that the storms could arrive between 4 and 6 a.m. And depending on the position where these kind of form and then their track, could impact us here in the Milwaukee area during the late morning up until about midday. The Storm Prediction Center has indicated we've got a slight level 2 risk of severe weather. For tomorrow, as a result of this, hail, gusty winds would be the primary concerns, but you can probably tell in my voice, there's still some details that are pending with this particular event. We're going to be watching to see just exactly where these storms fire up, because they'll pop up in the middle of the night. And then from there, once the front makes its way through, these storms make their way through, will we see some redevelopment afterwards? That is also a big question. So I just want folks to be aware that there is a potential for storms tomorrow morning. If you have plans to be out, around, or even before midday, that is our greatest chance. But we're also looking to see if anything pops up in the heat of the afternoon as well.
It's so fascinating, Brendan, to go through a storm season and try and pick out what's going to make it to Milwaukee and what's not going to make it to Milwaukee, because a lot of times it sort of fizzles out. So I'm always intrigued to hear Jessica's tales of the evening in downtown Milwaukee, because storms don't always reach where she lives.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes it is a little bit more stable, cooler here, closer to the lakefront, and that does have an impact on storms. Now, it doesn't protect us 100% all the time, but more often than not, it has an impact, and we could see, the storm strength diminish, or maybe those storms become a little bit more elevated, so we're not necessarily concerned about, tornadoes or super strong and damaging winds. But that said, we've got this signal on the high-resolution computer models, complex of storms arriving during the morning. So we want to at least alert folks to that possibility. I know a lot of folks are going to be out and about tomorrow for the Air and Water Show. We need everybody to know that there is an opportunity for this to happen. And then we'll watch to see where that front is during the afternoon, how long the storms linger. It's one of those setups where one piece will impact the next piece of the forecast, which impacts the next piece. So it's kind of like this domino effect. The timing of the storms will impact whether or not we get more later in the day. We're going to see where they pop up and their trajectory. That will also impact things. So many pieces. It's really going to be important to keep an eye on the radar tomorrow and just have a backup plan in case, we do wind up with some stronger storms.
Yeah, as I was leaving work last night, I happened to see in our parking lot, there was somebody, he was walking kind of away from me as I was driving in the car, but I saw he had on a Blue Angels uniform. So I was driving by and I rolled down the window and I said, hey, are you guys watching Saturday? And he said, yeah, we're a little nervous. So we were kind of chatting about that weather and how the forecast in Milwaukee has really played a role over the years, because we've had many years where the air show has been canceled because of weather. We've had it where it's just impacted the show. A lot of times it was with fog. So it'd be lovely if Mother Nature kind of just did her thing early in the morning and that was it. But that team is watching your forecast. Everybody who's heading out for that, people going to Country Thunder too. This is going to be a big weekend for people keeping an eye on that, and hopefully so, because they should be.
Coldplay in Madison, right? There's a lot of stuff going on, Brendan.
Oh yeah. Coldplay in Madison. I think I believe that's tonight. That should be fine, right? If that is tonight.
I think it's tomorrow, right? It's a weekend show.
Tomorrow. Okay.
I don't think they're doing 2, but I got tomorrow.
Gotcha. Tomorrow. So, yeah, in that case, I mean, during the evening hours, I'm a little bit more optimistic about things kind of clearing out for us. It will get back into the low and mid 80s tomorrow. The humidity is back on, so that's going to fuel these showers and storms. It was so nice opening the windows last night. But then things dry out for much of Sunday. Partly cloudy, highs only in the mid 70s. We might get a brief break from that humidity as well, but we'll build in a few more clouds on Monday, still in the mid and upper 70s, and then we'll bring back the warmth and humidity by Tuesday with a slight chance for a few pop-up showers and storms. Highs back into the low 80s.
Coldplay tomorrow in Madison, and hopefully nobody goes viral because of it.
Right. More on that story.
Yeah, true.
Coming up later in the program. Brendan, have a great weekend.
Thanks so much.
Yep, you too. Take care, guys.
Yep, it's 1:44.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic. We heard you had a bold idea. What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds. Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big? 3/4 carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win. Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one? Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too.
It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free.
That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Sweet Talks is a woman-owned medical spa in Menominee Falls, fostering self-love and confidence. Our expert registered nurse injectors go beyond injectables, offering lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. Join thousands of satisfied patients at sweettalks.com.
It's there all day, and it never goes away. I hate pain. It robs us of so much. But if you take action today, your pain could be gone tomorrow. Because at Rejuvenex, we harness the power of Toradol and hyaluronic acid to calm the inflammation and cushion joints. Rejuvenex treatments are safe, they're FDA approved, and in most cases, insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, pays for them. At as low as $65 per injection per joint, our treatments are affordable. It's not a gimmick. It's pharmacological medicine administered in office in a simple and convenient manner. And with it, our patients have been able to avoid risky surgery and begin to stop the onset of arthritis. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and here we've made pain treatment as easy and affordable as it can be.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Brat Fest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at travelwisconsin.com.
There's nothing out there close to this.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
So, Greg, I'm driving into work this morning, and I see, it's something I've seen before, but I took note of it, especially today. I see a guy in a suit riding a Lime scooter.
Love that.
I live downtown on the east side, so this guy probably going to work as well. Going to work in a suit, on a scooter. You see it more and more in Milwaukee. And that wasn't the only scooter rider I saw coming to work this morning. There were a couple. In a city where you can choose your car, your bike, rideshare, the hop, bubbler bikes, electric scooters are also an option. In fact, ridership is up with Lime scooters. And wait until you hear the numbers we just got in for scooter riders to Summerfest. The head of government relations for Lime, LaErin Foley, joins us. LaErin, did you ride into work on a scooter this morning? Is that like one of the requirements to work for Lime?
You know what? That is not one of the requirements, but my evenings are often filled with me on scooters, or if I'm in a city that has bikes, I will always ride Lime bikes as well.
Oh, that's good. So Lime had a record-breaking Summerfest with a 73% surge in ridership. How many rides did you actually see throughout the 3 weekends?
Yeah, absolutely. So over the last 3 weekends that we had of Summerfest, we saw tens of thousands of people taking advantage of Lime. And so that resulted in 86,000 trips over those 3 weekends. And that is up from 50,000 just last year.
Think of that. I mean, that is a large number, 86,000 trips over Summerfest. I mean, it's 9 days, but 86,000 times people chose to ride in on a Lime scooter.
It's pretty amazing to me. And you see the scooter network across here in southeastern Wisconsin, right here in Milwaukee. Aaron, do you keep track of how long on average each ride is? Is there a way to track that? Are people going a mile, or is it 1,000 meters or more? How do you track all that stuff?
We do, absolutely. No, it's a great question, too. So what we typically see are trips are usually under 2 miles. The longer trips, you'll usually start to see people move over to bikes. But for e-scooters in Milwaukee, Lime is seeing about a mile and a half, usually about 15 minutes. That folks are on their scooters. And Lime's partnership with Summerfest only makes sense. That Lime, as the world's leading provider of shared electric vehicles, those being bikes and scooters, that we partner with the world's largest music festival.
Did you guys over at Lime do anything differently? I'm just curious as to, that's a significant surge when you're talking about 73%. I mean, of course, I'm sure you have more people who are deciding to try the electric scooters, but that's big. Did you guys do anything specifically that likely led to that?
You know what? Lime is always working to innovate. And so we've been in Milwaukee since 2021. And over the years, we're always looking on how, the best ways to be able to serve our riders, serve the cities that we operate in. And in Milwaukee, we've just seen people taking on to scooters more and more every year. And maybe there's a general curiosity that people may have as you're walking down the street. You see these green and white Lime scooters on the street in a parking corral. Fingers crossed that they are parked correctly, because that's what our team is focused on day in and day out, is making sure that our scooters are not blocking sidewalks, are available and on demand in the highest demand places. And that's not just in the third ward. It's not just downtown. It's spread across the entire city of Milwaukee. And so our team is all about learning the communities that we serve, understanding where people need to go, especially the folks who are getting to scooter, who are looking for ways to be able to get to work. And scooters sort of fill that gap. As you mentioned, Milwaukee has a growing and robust transportation network, and now shared scooters, because of Lime, is firmly a part of that network.
So it's relatively new to the city of Milwaukee, Aaron, and I think it's going very well. I mean, just being around downtown, and Jessica could probably speak to this more than me, but it's not like these things are laying around on the road or on the sidewalk. I think people who ride them, by and large, take care of them. But you mentioned the Lime bikes. Is there a demand for the actual bikes here in Milwaukee as well, or is it perfect for scooters right now and maybe not yet for bikes?
You know what? Lime pairs well with the bubbler bike system that exists in the city of Milwaukee, but right now we just serve the city of Milwaukee with our shared e-scooters, and we're seeing growing ridership not just across Summerfest, but this entire year has been another blockbuster year of service for the city of Milwaukee, where we've seen over 350,000 trips year to date already, and we haven't even reached the peak months of the season.
I'm kind of curious about the future. Are you targeting Milwaukee to possibly have more Lime scooters? What's kind of, not an end game, but what do you see? Because this really has been, there's been a transition period. There was a pilot project that we initially had to kind of test out the scooters, and all of a sudden it was like, okay, now we can have the scooters. Which companies are we going with? That sort of thing. So this has really been evolving, and I know that's going to continue. So what is the future as far as Lime goes here in Milwaukee?
Yeah, at Lime, we value our partnership with our cities. That's the first place that we start. And, as a government relations person, and I also work on community relations, I often say that my customer is the city. And so our partners over at the Milwaukee Department of Public Works, we've been working hand in hand on planning on what shared micromobility needs are for the city. And that also means working with the Board of Aldermen or the Common Council. It also means working with the community stakeholders that we see, and not just our riders, but non-riders. And what we're seeing is that people are voting with their feet, quite literally, in saying that more trips that we see, the more demand that we see, the more vehicles that we want to place out on the streets so that people have access to them. With that also means that we're working very closely with the Department of Public Works and Milwaukee Police Department to make sure that we have the space available for people to be able to park their scooters properly. And you've seen the Department of Public Works has installed over 100 on-street and off-street parking corrals. And so we're directing our riders to park in those corrals, park properly, make sure that those scooters are parked upright. And if not, you're going to receive a warning, you're going to receive a fine. And we take that very seriously because we want to remain in the city of Milwaukee for a very long time. And we see a need. And that means that as the city grows, we want to grow with the city.
Okay, Aaron, speaking of big cities, I was in London for the Packers game a couple of years ago. London is a massive city. It is a huge city. You could walk for days and not get back to where you need to go. So, after some late-night tacos following the Packers game, I decided to get on a Lime bike, and I created my account. I did this all in Europe, and I rode the Lime bike, which was a very pleasant ride. It was about midnight or 12:30 or so. Found my way back to the hotel, docked it at the station, and had a short walk to the hotel. I am pretty sure that I'm still paying a monthly charge for the Lime.
You're not asking
Can you
Aaron
connect
to fix
with
that, are
the
you?
folks at Lime London, Aaron, just to see if my account is still being charged? And please, just maybe the credit card is expired by now, but just please make sure I'm no longer paying for this service.
We will, we'll look into that for sure. Just make sure that you're not on any monthly subscription services. And if you are, go ahead and take advantage of it. It's a beautiful day in Milwaukee today, and go out for a ride across the city on a Lime scooter.
Okay, real quick, before we let you go, do you have any advice for people who think, I would like to try this? Maybe people have done the bubbler bikes here in Milwaukee, and they like that form of transportation. They think the scooters look fun and fast, but they're nervous about trying them. Any advice for those people?
The first piece of advice that I'd have for people who are interested and curious about riding a Lime is to check out our Lime account on Instagram or any of our social media accounts and look up whether or not we're having a First Ride Academy. We host these First Ride Academies in Milwaukee very often, especially over the summertime. We work with different community groups and business groups because our interest is in teaching people how to ride scooters, understand the rules of the road in Milwaukee. And at those First Ride Academies, you also receive a free helmet. So that's to my second point, is if you are going to go out into the streets of Milwaukee to experiment on a Lime scooter, the first thing you should do is grab your helmet and, enjoy yourself out there.
Okay, that's great. I did not know about that academy, and I'm a little nervous myself to jump on one. So maybe, Greg, next
speedy.
academy, you're going to see me there.
Well, it's like instant torque. Like it moves quick. Once you get up, you just got to get used to it. That's all. It's just like riding a bike. Once you're used to it, you're good.
But
Doesn't take
like
much.
that. I like the idea of the
We love to have both of
academy.
y'all out for us.
That's awesome.
We love to have both y'all out with us.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's Aaron Foley, head of government relations with Lime. Lime Scooters just saw a 73% surge in ridership for Summerfest this year. It's 1:56. Coming up next, it's your top local news and some national headlines as well.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns. It's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Well, the open road is calling your name. That ride begins for you at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. Greg Matzek here. Let me tell you about it. The rest of this month, the month of July, you could burn some major rubber on the custom Harley-Davidson of your dreams. It's the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. That's right, they're giving away a Harley at Potawatomi. All you got to do is play with your rewards card the rest of this month, and you'll start to stack entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy. Do it at Potawatomi. Check out the sports book. Check out Dream Dance. Check out the coffee shop that's 24/7. It's a wonderful place. They've done incredible work. It's Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee. Fire up your fantasy. Must be 21 years or older and a rewards member to play. More information available online.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health has been a leader in providing health plans in Wisconsin for over 41 years? A lot has changed in the last 4 decades, and Network Health remains as dependable and reliable as ever, providing health plans in 25 Wisconsin counties to over 126,000 members and growing. Join them. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
You should be listening to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe each weekday.
Could I hit a ball out of the park at American Family
You don't
Field?
think you could get one?
I
I
actually
could not.
do think I could hit one out of the
See, that's
park
what I
at
was
American
thinking.
Family Field.
Yeah.
But if you missed us, catch up anytime with our Wisconsin's Midday News podcast.
So subscribe, take us with you wherever you go. Full shows, full hours.
Powered by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, Milwaukee's medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Boy, are we going to have some fun this weekend. It's Experience Wisconsin. I hope you'll check it out. Maybe you're looking for some ideas. Maybe it's a new place to visit. Maybe it's new information on a place that you visited many times. It's Experience Wisconsin. It's on WTMJ. It is 1 o'clock on Saturdays. This week, a couple very special guests. German Fest is coming up. We'll be joined by an expert from German Fest and Road America. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays at 1 on WTMJ.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Yates brings home the pitch. And a ground ball through the left side, into left field for a base hit. Freelick trots home. It is Brooms for the Brewers.
It's the Brewers and the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:35 on the home of the Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 2:01. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Friday, July 18th. Your top story, an accused cop killer makes his first appearance in court.
I'm Jessica Tighe. What will it take to release the Epstein files?
Partly cloudy this evening, increasing clouds late, a low of 66. Beautiful day today, 75 the high, a little cooler near the lake, plenty of sun. Saturday, scattered showers and storms are possible. Biggest chance in that mid to late morning, humid with a high of 81 degrees. 67 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 2:02 from the WTMJ breaking newsroom, pleading not guilty to killing Officer Kendall Corder.
22-year-old Tremaine Jones faces 3 felonies, including first-degree intentional homicide and recklessly endangering safety. Prosecutors said Jones opened fire in an alley last month, hitting both Corder and Officer Christopher McCrae. Corder died 3 days later, and McCrae is still recovering. Jones's attorney tried to get the charges dismissed, but a judge ruled there's enough evidence to bind the case over in trial. Jones is due back in court on August 8th. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
The body of a woman found in Nebraska is connected to a case here in Wisconsin. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office confirms the woman found in the backseat of a car stopped near Lincoln, Nebraska, is 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht. She went missing from Dodgeville on Monday. Dodgeville Police Chief Brandon Wilhelm.
At this time, this appears to be a random act of violence, and we do not believe there is an ongoing threat to the public.
Nebraska State Patrol troopers found her body after the car crashed in a creek early Wednesday morning. Police later arrested 23-year-old Gavin Thompson of Dodgeville. He could face charges of first-degree intentional homicide, armed robbery, hiding a corpse, and operating a vehicle without the owner's consent.
A Wisconsin surgeon is accused of possessing child pornography.
46-year-old Calvin Erickson was arrested Tuesday near his home in Brookfield. He's facing federal charges for distribution and possession of child pornography. Erickson is a surgeon at Froedtert Hospital and an assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. According to court documents, federal agents conducted a 2-year investigation into Erickson's possible connections to child sexual abuse material. Court records indicate Erickson was released on a signature bond. He's scheduled to appear back in federal court on July 31st. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
After enduring days of pushback from his own base over a stance on the Jeffrey Epstein case, President Donald Trump says he's ordered the Attorney General to release the grand jury testimony in the prosecution of the alleged sex trafficker. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has the details from Washington.
The grand jury records in question belong not to the Justice Department, but to the court. To get them unsealed, prosecutors will have to go to a judge with a firm legal rationale. Even though Jeffrey Epstein has been dead for 6 years, there's a broader principle the court will have to consider. Grand jury secrecy is extremely important to the system. It ensures witnesses and victims can testify truthfully about crimes without fearing reprisals.
According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, President Trump allegedly sent Epstein a letter back in 2003 for his 50th birthday. The president is now threatening to sue the paper and denied ever writing that letter.
For the first time in decades, Congress given the green light to take a plan back billions of dollars in funding that have already been approved. News Nation's Libby Dean.
This is a victory for President Trump, who's made these cuts really a top priority, another legislative win here. Trump reacting on his social media site, True Social, writing, quote, House approves $9 billion cuts package, including atrocious NPR and public broadcasting, where billions of dollars a year were wasted. Now, these cuts include more than $1 billion in public broadcast funding and nearly $8 million in cuts to foreign aid programs aimed at fighting disease, famine, and promoting global stability.
The president is expected to sign the measure later this afternoon. Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We've got the Dow currently down about 190 points at 42,294. NASDAQ is off about 10 at 20,876. S&P down about 5. Still time for a rally here. S&P trading at 62.92. What does the big, beautiful bill mean for your taxes and your retirement? Got a free webinar here, courtesy of our friends at Annex Wealth Management. Sign up for it. It's Wednesday, July 23rd at noon. Tune in, get up to speed fast. Visit annexwealth.com.
The Brewers are back to the regular season tonight. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 2:06.
Hey, boaters!
Now, I wasn't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear him talking about us. He said if you know what you're looking for, just rummage around. You'll find it. And it's true, because we stock more boat parts and accessories than anyone. Even those oddball parts you thought you'd never find. This is Dave Doro, and boaters in the know exactly where to go. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water. Hey, boaters!
Truly the best supplier around for all of our boating needs. This place is magic. I call it my candy store for boating parts. This is Dave Doro from Kendor Marine. And yeah, I said it, but these are the actual words of our satisfied and loyal customers. Boaters in the know exactly where to go. And there's a reason. We've got it all for our boater buddies. Kendor Marine, 57th and Ryan Road in Franklin.
Hey, boaters! Cruise to Kendor Marine. We got everything you need but the water.
Jake suffered with carpal tunnel syndrome.
Tingling numbness in my hands and fingers, not sleeping well at night, tossing and turning, trying to manage with pain pills and stretching, and it just wasn't helping.
He didn't want the traditional invasive carpal tunnel surgery.
I had seen people with the bandages and scars and clubs for hands. I just don't have time to be incapable of doing things for 6 to 8 to 10 weeks.
Then he learned about the Ovation Hand Institute and the Ovation Technique, an ultra minimally invasive procedure done in the office.
I wanted to get it looked at sooner than later. So I had the virtual consult. It was very thorough as far as like I was sitting in a doctor's office. I was booked for the procedure 2 weeks later, had my right hand done. Very quick procedure. It was really great. That very night when I went home, it was the first time in probably 3 months my hand did not wake me up.
Book an appointment with the Ovation Hand Institute and find out if you're a candidate for the Ovation technique.
Probably the most surprising thing was how quickly I was able to do things again. I'm cooking dinner, I'm doing yard work and all that kind of stuff the next day.
Visit ovationhand.com. ovationhand.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. It's the Brewers and Dodgers tonight, game one of a 3-game series from Los Angeles. Coverage gets underway at 8:35 on WTMJ. Brewers begin the day 1 game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Packers get started with training camp on July 23rd. Veterans will report on the 22nd. Rookies and first-year players reporting today. And Scotty Scheffler has moved to the top of the leaderboard during round 2 of the Open Championship. Kind of a wet day at Royal Portrush, but Scotty Scheffler's having a heck of a day. Currently 10 under par for the tournament. Got a 1-shot lead over Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. It's a day of disabled vehicles out of the system. I-43 South, right around the ramp from Racine Avenue. Right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down. We also have one that just popped up. I-43 South at Highland Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. The right shoulder is blocked because of a car that is broken down, and that's a busy spot. Also, here's another one we're dealing with, and this is just a tricky one because 41, you've got the delays already, especially today on a Friday due to the construction. 4145 South at the ramp from Wisconsin 145. The right shoulder is blocked due to a car that's broken down, and that is just adding to the delays there.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free 7 days a week at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club. Serving lunch on Saturday from 11 till 2. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
For over a century, look.
75 degrees your high today, 62 your overnight low. Will the clouds be on the increase later tonight? Yes. Is it going to be a beautifully sunny day? Yes. Great temperatures, humidity down a little bit. Tomorrow the humidity ramps up a little bit and our chances of rain increases, mainly a mid-morning thing, a high of 81 degrees. 67 and sunny in Milwaukee at 210.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
Just casting another vote for my dog here. Just takes a second.
You do it, yeah, without a doubt. Every day. How many times are you going to vote?
Well, I don't know. I think I've already lost count. My daughter took my phone for about 45 minutes last night. I think she was kind of peppering the votes. So our Greyhound Knight, who's 5 years old, is a finalist for the We Energies Dig Safely Ambassador honor or award. I don't know what it is. It's not. I don't think he has to like ride in a convertible during parades or anything like that. But maybe there's some public appearances. I really don't know.
He might have to show up at the state fair.
But yes, so Knight, they've got a safe digging initiative with We Energies. They want you to dig safe, and Safe Digging Day is August 11th. 811 is what you should call before you dig. And Knight is one of 10 finalists here for the We Energies Safe Digging Ambassador contest. So if you text the word dog to 855-616-1620. Text the word dog. We'll get you that information right back to your phone. It's a very simple 2-click process. You're not signing up for anything. You don't even have to put your name in or phone number or anything like that. No email address. Just 2 clicks and you're done. And you'll get to see all the pups that are the finalists. Our dog is the jet black 5-year-old Greyhound. He appears to be the biggest dog out of the group. Not that that matters in any way.
I feel like the tallest. I'm thinking so.
Definitely the
leanest,
tallest.
Maybe?
Well, no doubt about that either. It's a pretty strong dog. Cool stuff. If you'd like to see what the dogs look like, text the word dog to 855-616-1620. Cast a vote for Knight. We'd love that. And you can vote as many times as you'd like. So have fun with it.
Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, new details today explain how Oconomowoc police were able to catch the suspect in a deadly hit and run. 87-year-old Alan Amy died Wednesday after being hit by an SUV on Monday. He was riding his tractor home at the time. He had just finished up cutting the grass at a church in Oconomowoc. The man accused of hitting Amy had been on the run for days, but police say they have him now. Officers arrested Matthew Brennicky of Dousman last night. Police Chief James Pfister says tips from the public were crucial, but He says the most significant breakthrough in this investigation came from a camera system designed to capture license plates and characteristics of cars. Piecing together different videos from that system allowed them to pinpoint the suspect's vehicle, determine the license plate, and ultimately help them track down their suspect. Because initially, you might remember earlier this week, they had an idea of what the car looked like, that it might be a Volvo, but they did not have a license plate. If all of a sudden you have a license plate, that's a different ballgame when it comes to an investigation. Now they have their suspect. Oconomowoc put up its first cameras with that system. They call it the Flock system last year.
Cameras are really cool. They rely on solar power to charge it up. They rely on the LTE cell service in the area so that you don't need to have great Wi-Fi, especially in these kind of remote areas or a little further out in the country. They're simply cameras kind of stuck to a pole with a little solar grid on top of it. Pretty amazing how quickly they can send alerts to law enforcement. Amazing technology. Number 2, President Trump calling for the release of additional material from the Jeffrey Epstein files. This comes after Trump initially downplayed the significance of the case, calling it boring. He labeled speculation about it a hoax. But Trump now facing mounting pressure, even from within his own party, and amidst a news report connecting him to a letter found in Epstein's possession. ABC News chief, White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
Trying to quell the unrelenting backlash over his administration's handling of the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the president now ordering the Attorney General to seek the release of additional material. Posting, "I have asked Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony, subject to court approval." Bondi quick to respond, "President Trump, we are ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts."
Yeah, so this still requires the approval of a federal judge in the Southern District of New York, and that is the key. Transcripts are usually pretty highly protected. About that letter, Trump has denied writing it, calling it fake and false and malicious and defamatory. It was all part of a 50th birthday album of stuff for Epstein, and there was a letter from Trump in there that allegedly ended with the words, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Published in the Wall Street Journal, Trump has announced he will sue the Wall Street Journal for publishing the story. It's 2:15 on WTMJ and 67 degrees.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hey, Greg Matzek here. If you are looking for a new bank, maybe trying to get a first savings or checking account up and running for a loved one, I encourage you to check out Horicon Bank. They are expanding in the area here in southeastern Wisconsin, but they've not lost that community-minded approach. In fact, Horicon Bank started in 1896, a single branch right there in Horicon, servicing those who were going to work not long after Wisconsin became a state. It's that community-minded approach that has been the backbone for Horicon Bank. They will help your business. Plain and simple. Financing requests can be approved in days and not weeks because Horicon Bank goes to work for you. They understand you and your business. They also get the job done with service and products that go hand in hand. Together doing good, that is the vision of Horicon Bank. They're wonderful people. It's a wonderful organization. They are expanding, so there's likely a branch near you. Also committed to doing what it takes to help you and your business. Horicon Bank is truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
It's our first ever hassleless mattress tent sale, Thursday through Monday only in Greenfield. We're decimating prices on over 500 brand new, overstock, floor model, and clearance mattresses. Save 20 to 70% on brand names like Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more. And we'll help you load up your mattress so you can take it home today. Look, at this point, we're not making money, we're making friends. So, friend, come see us this weekend at the first ever hassleless mattress tent sale at the corner of Layton and 77th in Greenfield.
It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Get sale discounts store-wide all month long. What a great time to shop for all of your Christmas needs. Get your holiday decor and so much more, along with all the great bargains we always have for you. It's Christmas in July at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
75 degrees your high today, plenty of sun, clouds later on tonight, and a low of 61 degrees. A little more humidity tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Could see some rain mid-morning and a high of 81. It's 67 and a lot of sun in Milwaukee at 218. We talked earlier in the week about your trip to Kohler over the weekend. Magical trip. They've done a lot of great things up at the American Club. They've sort of redone the spa up there. The golf is spectacular. The food is great. Everything is first class.
Oh, it was fabulous. It was a surprise by my husband. He said, pack a bag with a swimsuit and something nice to wear for dinner. And I thought, okay, great. And I didn't know where we were going. And we went to Kohler. And it was fabulous. Had a massage at the spa. Had an amazing dinner. But there was, beyond that, those two things were fantastic. But I just felt like it was so charming there. The grounds, from the lush greenness of everything to the coffee shop, everything about it made me think, why did it take me so long to get there? Because you know me, I love anything Wisconsin.
Sure.
And I also love traveling. I love experiences. So I was like, gosh, why did it take me so long to get here? And then I also thought, when can I go back?
Yeah, well, might I suggest mid-October? So a signature event is returning to Kohler in October. They do an annual food and wine event. It's unbelievable. I've been there before. It's a 4-day experience, and it starts October 16th. I still receive emails from Kohler, and I think it's largely because I've done a number of events up there over the years. What stood out to me for this year's Kohler Food and Wine is the celebrity guest list, and some names you would certainly recognize. So Robert Irvine is part of the Food Network's collection of experts and celebrities. He's got a show called Restaurant Impossible. They take a restaurant that's not doing well, and they rehab it, they redo the menu, they invigorate life, they redecorate, kind of a cool home improvement or restaurant improvement / food show. And then this name really jumped off the page. Martha Stewart.
Yes.
Will be at Kohler Food and Wine.
She's a draw.
Absolutely. So how do you go about booking Martha Stewart for such an event? Well, the person to talk to is Jenna Check. She is the Associate Director of Resort and Event Experiences for the Kohler Corporation. Jenna, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So do you make the personal phone call to Martha?
I wish I could say I had her on my favorites. I don't, but honestly, she was on a wish list, right? She's like the icon, the first influencer, especially in the space, that kind of made cooking like approachable for everybody. And so this is she's coming back. We had her 2 years ago in 2023, made some connections, right? It's not what you know in this business, it's who you know, and really got connected to her. And so pleased and excited to have her back. It was a little intimidating meeting her in 2023. So I'm hoping but she's so great. She's wonderful.
Well, that's what I was going to ask about, because having somebody back like Martha Stewart, getting her once is a big deal. But having her come back, I think that really says something about the experience. I mean, she wanted to come back. What can people, as far as fans who want to be up there, what kind of experience do they get to have with Martha Stewart?
With Martha, I mean, and obviously, right, her name is the draw in itself. She's right, and she's still just a small piece of Food and Wine. So what Martha is doing with us this year at Food and Wine, we're going to have a fireside chat with her. So a little bit more, right, get to ask some questions and hear right from her, about all of her amazing life experiences. I mean, right, she's got a relationship with Snoop Dogg. Who would have ever thought that?
It's such a great friendship.
So hopefully to hear her talk about some of those experiences and stories of this wonderful career she's had. And then similar to 2 years ago, we're doing a dinner with her. So that is, we haven't announced the location yet, so I don't want to spoil that, where the dinner is taking place. But a 5-course meal with, pretty intimate. It's less than 80 people at the dinner. And she mixed and mingled with all of the guests 2 years ago. All the guests that went to it, I, chatted with them throughout the evening, and they couldn't believe, right, that they're eating her menu that she helped create and designed, and get to sit and chat and get pictures with her. So, yeah.
Do you want to break that news right here, right now? And we might as well. We got you on the line.
I know. We're still tightening a few things up, but it's going to be really exciting as it all comes together. I haven't shared it with her yet, so I've got to start there.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. So as you mentioned, Martha Stewart is a huge draw, but she is just a small piece of this large puzzle that you guys have for Kohler Food and Wine. Obviously, there's a lot of goodness you're going to be able to taste. But what can people learn from attending Kohler Food and Wine Festival?
Yeah, I think even taking a step back, it's our 24th year. I've been a part of it for almost 20 years. at Kohler. But I think even before I jump into taste, I think this year for the first time, which is kind of crazy to think about, we're incorporating golf into Food and Wine with a tee-off event that we're doing. Right, we're so known for our golf and our golf course, but had never kind of combined those two with Food and Wine. So we're kicking off on Thursday with a tee-off event at Black Wolf Run's River Course. It's presented by Nicholas Ayers, so working with a great sponsor. And just incorporating some great food and drink, some amazing food and beverage themed hole prizes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But outside of that, the talent that we bring, not only from the culinary side, you mentioned Robert Irvine and Scott Conant, Eric Ajapon, but really giving us an eye into some different cuisines. Eric Ajapon, he really focuses on Ghana cuisine. Tiffany Derry really likes Southern soul. So just some really great learnings, that things you're not getting in Wisconsin. But outside of that, our wineries. The estate director from Height Cellars, Eric, is coming in. Assistant winemaker Amy from Irie. Like, the depth that you can learn. If you want to just come and enjoy yourself, have some wonderful beverages, we've got that. But if you want to kind of have like this master class on wine and understand the difference in Stagland's library collection of 5 years of their Cabernet and why each of them tastes different, we've got that as well.
That all sounds fun.
Sign me
sounds
up.
amazing, right?
I'm hungry.
So how does it work, Jenny? Is it like, do you do just like a la carte events or package events? Like, what's the best way to do it? If you're going to draw up the ideal experience here for this 4-day event, how would you do it?
I think it's the thing I love the most about our festival, not only that we're just like this small, intimate, approachable festival at a luxury resort, but the fact that we do a la carte ticket sales, that especially, Milwaukee listeners who are so close and it's a quick drive, we're in your backyard. If you've got time to just come up for one seminar on a Saturday afternoon, you can do that. So many other festivals, it's kind of a one and you're all in for it. We've got our event, we've got over 100 events, and you can buy a ticket for just one singular event, or if you want to make a day of it, you can pick and choose. You want to do a cooking demonstration in the morning and a wine class in the afternoon. And then obviously we've got our resort and our food and wine packages available as well, so that you can make a full weekend of it. So kind of depends what you've got the time for, and what your interest level is. So if it's something you've never experienced before, you want to just dip your toe in the water, we've got that for you, and it's super approachable.
Well, it's a wonderful event. It kicks off on October 16th. Check out Food and Wine.
Yeah.
They've got some incredible packages. If you just Google Kohler Food and Wine, it'll pop right up. Great packages, great events, and hopefully great weather as well. Jenna, we appreciate your time. Such a great insight. Good luck with the event.
Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Yes, you do the same. Jenna Check is the Associate Director of Resort and Event Experiences. So did she whet your appetite to go back?
Oh, yes. Nope. Yep. Remember, I told you I already took off the days.
There you go. I'll be seeking an alternate co-host on those days in mid-October. It's 2:25. News is coming up.
Here's to time out on the water in Wisconsin. To living your best life while enjoying the lake life.
Ready?
And getting up on a wakeboard the very first try. Or not. Here's to wearing only swimsuits and wishing this perfect day would never end. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Start your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Saw one of their trucks in our subdivision just the other day, as a matter of fact. They were doing some work on a neighbor's garage door. In fact, they had the two-car garage and the single stall, and they were fixing them both. It's Geis going to work for you when you got an issue with your busted garage door. Don't let it get you down. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted name in the space. Call my friends at Geis. They'll come out to your house and get you fixed. Swift and reliable garage repair solutions are available. Just visit GeisDoors.com. They also have a remarkable inventory with brands like CHI and LiftMaster. I could not believe how many doors and openers they had in stock. And for you, that could mean a very quick turnaround time. If you got a custom project, no problem. Geis can help you with that as well. Check out their showroom in Brookfield. It's right off Barker Road. Stop in, connect with the folks at Geis. Experts, kindness, all right there in one location. Don't think twice. Call Geis and visit GeisDoors.com.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin, the buck stops here, the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Remember mixtapes?
I was more of an 8-track guy myself.
You know, the new Marshfield 7000 Sulfat Penny Mustard reminds me of the world's greatest mixtape.
We have taken the latest and greatest components of every configurable sofa and mixed them all together into one.
It's kind of like a greatest hits album, except you can sit on it.
The Marshfield 7000 Sofa, made in Wisconsin with a solid wood frame and hundreds of fabric and leather options, starting at just $21.26 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Fredert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit fredert.com/cancer.
It's 2:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, July 18th. Your top story, under arrest for a hit and run.
I'm Jessica Tighe. Good reasons to run for governor.
Partly cloudy this evening. Some increasing clouds late, a low of 66. That's after a glorious high of 75 today. A little cooler near the lake. Scattered showers are possible on Saturday. Highest chance seems to be mid-morning at a high of 81 degrees. It's currently 68 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 2:30.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. President Trump, the White House signing a landmark bill regulating cryptocurrency to boost public confidence in it.
The Genius Act, they named it after me, and I want to thank you.
President Trump on social media denying there's evidence implicating him in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Angry MAGA supporters see a lack of transparency. Mr. Trump's ordered the Attorney General to get more Epstein material released, which is subject to court approval. Health insurance premiums on the way up as much as 75%, says new analysis from KFF Research Group. Part of the blame goes to the expiration at the end of the year of enhanced premium tax credits. A deadly explosion today in the building that houses the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department bomb squad and its training facility. At least 3 deputies are dead. Sheriff Robert Luna.
There's a lot more that we don't know than what we do know.
And county and state federal law enforcers investigating. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 2:31. Arrested in connection to a deadly hit and run. Oconomowoc police took 49-year-old Matthew Brennicky into custody Thursday night. He's wanted in connection to the incident that killed 87-year-old Alan Amy. Amy was riding his tractor home after mowing the grass at a local community church on Monday. He was hit by a vehicle near Allen Road and Orchard Circle in Oconomowoc. Amy died 2 days later.
A Wisconsin transplant surgeon is accused of possessing child pornography.
46-year-old Calvin Erickson was arrested Tuesday near his home in Brookfield. He's facing federal charges for distribution and possession of child pornography. Erickson is a surgeon at Fredert Hospital and an assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. According to court documents, federal agents conducted a 2-year investigation into Erickson's possible connections to child sexual abuse material. Court records indicate Erickson was released on a signature bond. He's scheduled to appear back in federal court on July 31st. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The Milwaukee County Transit System knew it was running a budget deficit before details became public in mid-June. That's according to comments during a county committee on finance meeting Thursday. Supervisor Sean Rowland says he learned MCTS was planning service frequency cuts before they had arrived at the nearly $11 million deficit projection.
The deficit would have even been larger, maybe by the tune of $1 million or $2 million. And the service reductions or the frequency reductions brought it down to 10.9. That was a revelation to me yesterday.
County ordinance requires organizations to report deficits of $100,000 or more to county leaders.
Governor Tony Evers will soon announce whether he's running for governor again. TMJ4 chief political reporter Charles Benson says there are reasons the governor should consider running for a third term.
One of them being that his job approval numbers have consistently been okay. And when I say okay, that's not a negative. In a state that is divided as ours, that he's getting job approval numbers that are normally in the positive range, that's a good thing.
The decision will be announced in the next several days.
Caring for your lawn in the hotter months. Garden expert Melinda Myers tells WTMJ how to treat your lawn if the weather gets spicy.
Most of our lawns are nice and green, so we've been very lucky. But if we do hit a hot, dry, so if you walk across the lawn and your footprints remain, it's time to give it a good soaking. You want to provide about an inch of water at one soaking if you have heavier soil. If you have more sandy or rocky soil, a half an inch every 4 days or so.
Myers will be giving research-based conversations at this year's Wisconsin State Fair.
Another Milwaukee festival traditionally held in Cathedral Square is moving to Henry Meyer Festival Park. Oktoberfest will move to the lakefront October 3rd through the 5th. Organizers say the move will allow for greater attendance and expanded entertainment options.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 2:34.
It's worth $100 now to save thousands later. Vince Vitrano for Urban Heating and Cooling. Family-owned business. Ryan and his wife, Ellie. I had Ryan out to the Vitrano house for an AC tune-up. Cleaned out all the coils, checked for any issues that could cause breakdowns, set up my air conditioner to run more efficiently all summer. This service available in your home for just $99 plus tax, saving on your electric bills, helping prevent more costly repairs down the road. Tell them Vinny sent you when you call. UrbanHeatingandCooling.com.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
Tony Evers and the Madison Democrats are too weak and too radical. But the same old career politicians can't stop them.
I'm Bill Berrien, a former Navy SEAL and Wisconsin manufacturer. I'm an outsider and a businessman, just like President Trump. I'm running for governor to advance the Trump agenda, shake up Madison, and put Wisconsin citizens first.
Let's fire the bureaucrats. Hire the outsider. Bill Berrien for governor. Paid for by Bill for Governor.
Get ready for German Fest, Carnival style. Join us for a weekend filled with food, fun, music, and culture on Milwaukee's beautiful lakefront. Sink your teeth into authentic Spanferkel, brats, pretzels, and sweet German pastries. Bring the whole family to cheer on the tiny racers at the Dachshund Derby. It's a crowd favorite. Tap your toes and raise your stein as you dance and shunkle the live music all weekend long. Catch Vox Club, Juhe aus Tirol, and an incredible lineup of national and local bands. Watch the colorful carnival parade with music, dancers, and costumes you won't want to miss. On Saturday night, don your best costume and join us for the Masquerade Ball at the Miller Stage. Come for the music, the food, the dancing, and the memories waiting to be made. Eat, drink, dance, and make it your tradition at Germanfest. For more information and online tickets, visit GermanFest.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports. Dallas Brewers take on the Dodgers tonight. Game 1 of a 3-game series from Los Angeles. Milwaukee begins the day 1 game back of the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. Coverage of tonight's game gets underway at 8:35 on WTMJ. Packers rookies and first-year players reported for training camp today. Veterans will join on Tuesday of next week. Practice number 1 scheduled for Wednesday, July 23rd. And Scotty Scheffler is in the lead during round 2 of a very wet Open Championships from Royal Portrush. 10 under par, one shot back is Matthew Fitzpatrick at 9 under.
Let's get you an update on the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. I do have a brand new crash here. I-94 West at County G. The left lane is blocked due to a crash. This is over in the Pewaukee area. And hopefully this is not bad. I do see emergency responders out there right now blocking traffic. I also see the fire department is out there. A fire truck has pulled up. Traffic is moving along slowly because of this. Definitely seeing a backup right now, a significant one. Once again, this is brand new. I-94 West at County G. Left lane is blocked because of a crash.
75 degrees, plenty of sun, beautiful day today. Overnight low of 61 degrees. Clouds are going to be on the increase. Chance of rain tomorrow, and some of this could be packing a punch. So be mindful of that. Maybe a mid-morning timing. Keep it here on WTMJ throughout the rest of the day and into tomorrow here for the latest. High of 81 degrees on Saturday. Should be a little muggy as well. 67 and sunny in Milwaukee at 238. So it was about a month ago this Air India flight went down.
Yeah.
Taking off from Ahmedabad, India, bound for London Gatwick Airport. It was a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Crashed just seconds after takeoff. A harrowing scene. It killed 241 of the 242 who were on board. Amazingly, there was one survivor. 19 people on the ground in a relatively populated area in the area also killed. Well, they've been diving into this thing, trying to figure out just what happened here. What sort of airport or airline malfunction was there? Well, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that U.S. officials believe the captain of that plane actually cut off the fuel to both engines on purpose. Just after the plane took off, ABC News transportation reporter Sam Sweeney on the possibility of a pilot suicide.
And there have been several other cases in the last few decades of pilot suicide. And these investigations can get tricky because you have a lot of pride, not just from the families of the pilots, but also as the national carrier, pride for the country. And they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want there to be any shame here. And sometimes the investigative boards in these countries don't agree with some of the findings that other foreign governments come up with.
It's scary. When this first happened and we first got word about these fuel switches and how they had been moved, I asked my husband, who's a pilot for one of the majors, about those fuel switches. I was like, can you accidentally do that? He's like, not really. You really need to try. I mean, these buttons are made so that you can't accidentally do that, right? To just cut the fuel. But this brings up a number of concerns for me. One being the mental health, too, of pilots. I mean, there is something to be said. I think there are a lot of pilots out there who feel like, you know, they can't get help. There's like a little stigma around that if they're having an issue, because if they do, their license could be pulled and whatnot. So I know there's a big push right now to kind of change things. It also makes me just nervous for my husband and other pilots and their families, because who's sitting next to you? I mean, there is a strict, you have to go through a lot, number one, to become a pilot, and you have to go through all of these different tests and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I mean, think about it too, Greg. It's different. You and I know each other well, and we're sitting next to each other all the time. But in the pilot's case, you're sitting next to somebody different every trip. I mean, every once in a while, you might have somebody you know. But it's not like, I know you and I know your methods and I know if you're on top of the world today or if something's going on. It's not like that. You go on this trip for 3 days and you got somebody new. Next week, you're going on a 4-day trip with somebody and it's somebody different. You don't even know these people.
Well, they're digging into the history of both pilots in this situation.
They're also going to begin looking into the histories of both of these pilots, their internet histories, their search histories, their social media, what was happening in their family life. Were they seeing any doctors? Has anyone come forward saying that they expressed any sort of mental health concerns? They're going to look at all of that.
So you mentioned something very interesting, and I was going to ask you the question. How easy would it be for a pilot to just do this without the other pilot knowing, right? I mean, you can't bump into a button and whoops, something happened, and all of a sudden the fuel line was caught. Like that seems like something that would be very difficult to do and very deliberate, to the point where the person sitting in the cockpit would likely know that measure was taken, right?
Yeah, you know. And in fact, I'm almost positive. I think we have seen in the reports that have come out in the last 2 days that they know that the other pilot did say, hey, why did you do that? I think we already know that happened. It's not something that you just do and the other person doesn't know.
But then the opportunity to reverse it, you know what I mean? It almost feels like it's something that both pilots would have to do in order to actually have it happen.
Well, when I was talking to my husband, you can press the buttons again, but it's not like all of a sudden the engines come back up
Sure.
and then everything is back to normal. So there's a little bit of a process there, right?
Well, remember when this happened, everybody wanted to know who made the plane, right? Oh, it's another Boeing thing. More security issues and safety issues with Boeing. Their name gets tarnished again. And yes, they've been dragged through the mud here for the better part of a couple of years, and understandably so, and it's unlocked some disturbing details from inside the airplane manufacturer. But this doesn't appear to be an issue with the plane itself, more what a pilot did to make that plane go down. Scary situation. They're going to continue investigating, probably many years of investigation into this crash. It's 2:43.
Summer is finally here. We're outside and maybe noticing the condition of our old windows. Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors, your local experts in stylish, energy-efficient replacement windows. Boost your curb appeal with top brands like Pella, Anderson, and Marvin, tailored to fit your home, your style, and your budget. Plus, installation by employee carpenters. Wood, vinyl, fiberglass, all on display in their newly remodeled New Berlin showroom. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. Visit hometownwindows.com today.
Hey, thanks, Gene. Hey, dog owners and dog lovers, listen up. We got a cool event planned for August 3rd. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's at the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls. You've heard me talk about the Hounds and Tap. It's the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Doggy boarding, doggy daycare, doggy grooming facilities, all right there on site. Beautiful facility. Indoor, outdoor tavern, food trucks frequently on the weekends. It's just a wonderful place to hang out with your dog, or even without, as a matter of fact. We're going to do a Greyhound meet and greet on August 3rd from 12:30 to 2:30. It's going to be a bunch of Greyhounds at the Hounds and Tap. It is family day, too. Greyhounds are great family dogs, so no issues bringing the kids if you want to bring the kids. Show up with your dog, show up on your own, and just sort of hang out and meet and learn about these amazing dogs. Greyhounds are just incredible. We've had one for a couple of years. His name is Knight. We've talked about it on the air. He's been in our studio. He is such a mellow, chill dog. They're amazing breeds. Really, really interesting. If you've ever been curious about the Greyhound breed or curious about the Hounds and Tap, I invite you to this open house meet and greet on August 3rd from 12:30 to 2:30. Would love to see you there. I'll be there with my dog, Knight, hanging out. Our family will be there as well. So meet the kids and meet the Matzeks along with our dog, Knight, at the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls, right off Silver Spring. If this has piqued your interest in any way, check out their social media Facebook page or just visit the website, thehoundsandtap.com. Hope to see you there on August 3rd.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns. Modernizing business technology is critical for a positive impact on efficiency and reducing operating costs. That's exactly what Tri-City National Bank found out when they called on James Imaging Systems. Listen to Bank CIO Robert Prang.
We also went through a large retooling of our print environment, changing from where we had almost 200 printers.
All the way down to just 97 printers. That's managed print services from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
Robert, would you recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems?
Yes, in a heartbeat, I would recommend James.
Learn more at jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Haven't you just had it with overpriced, overrated fish fries? Don't pay $16 or more. The Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford's all-you-can-eat haddock fish fry is $7.99. WTMJ's John Mercure here. After a long week, don't cook. Relax with a cold beverage and a Friday fish fry for $7.99. The kids' menu starts at $3.99, and they can safely play in that huge game room away from the dining area while you finish up your meal. The Mine Shaft is super family-friendly. Your Saturday steak or prime rib dinner is under under $25. Sunday brunch is under $15, far less than what you'll pay elsewhere. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and near the EAA in Oshkosh. Lots of seating, close parking, and a very friendly staff. Just walk in today for your all-you-can-eat beer-battered haddock fish fry for $7.99, serving from 11 a.m. Get there early. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft. Check out mineshaft.restaurant.com.
75 degrees, your high temperature today. Plenty of sun. Clouds on the increase later on and a low of 61 degrees. Tomorrow, rain chances pick up here in the morning hours, and some of that could pack a punch. High of 81. It's going to be muggy as well. A little more clouds than sun on your Saturday. It's 68 and sunny in Milwaukee at 2:48.
It's Friday, which means it's time for Stories of the Strange on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Now, stop me if you've heard this before, but a felony has been committed at a McDonald's in Tennessee. Going to call it a McFelony if you don't mind.
Oh, geez.
It was all caught on camera as well. Police are searching for 4 individuals who brazenly walked into a local McDonald's and walked out carrying a life-size Ronald McDonald statue.
No, they stole Ronald?
They stole Ronald, who amazingly was smiling throughout the whole process.
Yes. Kind of a creepy smile, right?
A little bit, yeah. It's, whatever. It's a small-town police department that appears to have had some time on their hands. They cleverly crafted a social media post trying to find the McFellons. Yesterday, a few unidentified suspects waltzed into McDonald's and walked out with Ronald McDonald. We're not clowning around. This was a full-blown McNapping.
Oh, jeez.
Ronald was last seen smiling as usual, unaware of the betrayal. Witnesses say he didn't even put up a fight. To the suspects, we get it. Times are tough, and therapy is expensive, but kidnapping a plastic icon of joy, well, that's a McFelony. To the public, if you see Ronald out in the wild, maybe at a party, maybe in the passenger seat of a car or sitting awkwardly in someone's yard, please call the police department. In all seriousness, we are looking to identify these individuals. Please contact the police department if you have any information. And a big hearty McThank you.
Can you imagine if you saw Ronald McDonald in the passenger seat of a car going through like the carpool lane? Because people have done that. People put skeletons in there. People put various things to make sure that they can go through the carpool lane, which just boggles my mind that you take the time. Think about that too. I don't even know if I've thought about that before just saying it right now. But the time that it takes for somebody to go ahead and get everything ready and mock up this fake person to put in the passenger seat of the car. Couldn't you just leave 5 minutes early to get through?
I'm trying to figure out if you can make this Ronald sit. Because I do have what they have here is an image of the small black SUV. It looks like a Nissan Rogue. And then an image of a couple of people just, walking out of the door. Walking out of the door with this thing. It's, I don't know, about 5 feet tall, maybe 4 feet tall if it stands fully up.
It's definitely showing up at a party.
Yeah, it's got to, right?
I'm so happy this is back. We've had so much intense news, I feel like, the last few weeks that we haven't had a chance to get to Stories of the Strange, which we typically like to do on Friday. So, I'm very, very happy about that, just like a Happy Meal. Okay, this one is creepy. This is creepy. I saw this one earlier this week. I'm like, that is going to be my Stories of the Strange. So, police are calling this a very bizarre incident. Think about all the things that police see. So if they're calling this a very bizarre incident, you know it is. So here's what happened. They got a call, 911 got a call, this happened down in California, about a teddy bear wrapped in human flesh.
Nope, I'm out.
See? It was left outside of a Southern California convenience store. They ended up arresting a 23-year-old guy. He was arrested in connection to the creepy prank on charges of reporting an emergency, knowing it to be false, and intentionally and wrongfully planting evidence to falsely present as real. So when 911 gets the call, investigators are saying it was actually this 23-year-old guy who called it in, knowing it was all just a joke, and so creepy. So callers, somebody else called too, so it wasn't just him, but callers indicated a teddy bear made of what looked like human flesh was left in front of the business.
Oh, God.
Imagine seeing that too.
Dislike. Absolutely do not like it.
So then, but this gets serious because you can't mess around. Somebody calls 911, they say something like this, well, you have to go and investigate, right? So an investigator with the county coroner's office responded because if you've got human flesh, you've got a body
it came from
somewhere, right? So the county coroner's office responded, collected the teddy bear. They were examining, realized, okay, this might look like human flesh, but it's not. So the coroner's office determined the teddy bear was not made of any type of human remains or skin. Thank goodness. But they don't know what this guy's motive was. How strange. Like, why did he do this?
I don't have a great
I know
answer.
You don't know the answer.
To that
Nobody
question.
knows the answer right now, but they're investigating still, trying to figure out what the heck this guy was doing. But at the end of the day, too, I mean, on a serious note, he's taking up valuable emergency resources.
Yes.
And ultimately, some could say, and officers are down there saying, putting the public at risk because they're taking away these resources to investigate this weird guy who I guess thought it'd be funny to create a teddy bear that looked like it had human skin and then call 911.
Yep.
What? What?
So two very bizarre stories. And then there's this. We did not get to this, but it's been like the story of the week. As if there's not enough happening this weekend, Camp Randall Stadium in Madison is gearing up for a major concert here on Saturday night. So Coldplay hasn't played in Wisconsin since 2009. That's going to change tomorrow night. Camp Randall. It's going to be a fantastic show. Hopefully the weather is great. It's been a very interesting week here for the British rock band, whose lead singer Chris Martin outed a man for having an affair with his coworker after their reaction to an impromptu kiss cam at a recent show.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
No, it was the former, not the latter. The guy who appeared on the Jumbotron is Astronomer CEO Andy Byron. The lady is Astronomer's chief people officer. Her name is Kristen Cabot. They were sharing a moment during a recent show, and then poof, here goes the kiss cam. And they scurried to escape the camera shot, and this viral moment was created. Just like that.
This was the most awkward, cringeworthy thing. Because, okay, so you got two people in the wrong, right? But then at the same time, it's like, I mean, she all of a sudden, like, turns around and then he ducks down. It's just like, I'm sure they're going back to it thinking, okay, well, that just made it worse. And it did. But people are having a field day with this. I mean, have you seen some of the comments? This is one that I just remember. One person wrote, and I'm sure many more people did after that too, but Coldplay hasn't made a single in years. Last night, they made two.
Well, there you go. And they've even taken to social media, the folks from Coldplay, saying, starting with our next show, we're introducing camera-free audience sections for people and their side pieces. That is from the Coldplay social media account. There's another band that is taking to social media to offer to protect the identity of those in attendance.
Stonehenge, where a man's a man and the children down.
Yeah, Spinal Tap. To the spouses who found out they were being cheated on via the Coldplay Jumbotron, sorry to hear that. Come to see Spinal Tap. We promise no Jumbotrons, just ear damage and emotional closure.
Just ear damage.
Just a little bit of ear damage with that particular show. There's even a betting site here, Polymarket. They're offering an Astronomer CEO divorce parlay. The market will pay out if both Andy Byron and Kristen Cabot or their spouses announce a divorce. This would be a $100 wager. It could win you $241.
Oh, my gosh. Other people saying Coldplay should out people at every concert and say that they've just been Coldplayed. It's going to be a good concert tomorrow, though.
News is next on WTMJ, followed by Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Have a great weekend.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. They're the best in the business. They are Certa Pro painters. Now's the time to get on their schedule. Their summer sales discount goes through the end of July. Do it now. They painted our house, the outside, absolutely fantastic. They're kind, they're thoughtful. They moved our